Pound.
In a world,
Shut the hell up.
where Carolina Panthers fans
Anthony from Charlotte, keep motherfucking pounding.
have an insatiable thirst
I need to see a lot more of that shit going forward.
for Panthers news and opinions.
All my C3 brethren from the C3 Legion.
Only one podcast roars ferociously.
The longest running Panthers podcast on the internet.
It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
Oh, Greg, I owe y'all $100, man.
Jonathan Taylor Jonathan Taylor. Always. Why do I got to start the show?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. We're living back in the 90s, huh?
Jonathan Brooks to make his NFL debut this week as the Carolina Panthers try to upset the Chiefs as they lick their wounds. Adam Thielen's return. Will it take away from Coker's targets? And Eddie Pineiro, the most accurate kicker in the NFL. You're listening to the C3 Panthers podcast, the longest running Panthers podcast. Tonight's show, Panthers blackout looms as Chiefs lick their wounds. We may not be football experts, but we're expert football fans, and we're here every Tuesday night. And I'm always here with my wheelman, Cody Lack. How you doing, my friend?
Tony Dunn, you already know there is nowhere I'd rather be on a Tuesday night than here with my boys talking Panther football, baby. Listen, we have the long-awaited arrival of Jonathan Brooks to the roster. We're going to talk about Bryce continuing to find his rhythm in this offense. We're going to talk about the Carolina Panthers disrespecting Cam Newton. Why is he not on the walls, Tony Dunn? And is it possible that we could make a trade for Charlotte native Daniel Jones? Say what you want about him. The dude dates Kay Adams. He's doing something right. But Tony, listen, you already know that if we're going to do this, we're going to do it with the best damn Panther fans in all of YouTube. You know we got Joey the Blind Panther, the brand ambassador, Diesel Skills. What's up, baby? Kyle, Charlotte Sports 1, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Easy did that. Everything digital. G Baby in the house. John B. Jenkins. Kenneth. Musty Man 789 News. Panther Pickle, shut the hell up. Muscles Marinara, Paisan, Rock Rhyme, Roosevelt Mongo, and the Cardiac Cat 13. Tony Dunn, ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
Daniel Jones dating Kay Adams. I would say there's hope for all of us, but guess what? I don't have millions and millions of dollars in the bank. So I guess it's just being regular old me here on Tuesday night. The number's 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. Give us a call. We'll play your message. You can leave a message and tell us what you're thinking about the Panthers. There's the chance that they could upset the Chiefs. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. But CK, get in here, man. Good to see you, my friend.
Man, I am so happy to be here. We got a week off from seeing the Panthers play football. But damn, we got a monster game coming up. Listen, I'm gonna ride the wave of like, what if we win? Like, that's the mindset I'm taking into this week, into this show. Like, imagine what happens if we win. Like, what changes in the world when you look at that outcome? Do I think it's going to happen? No, but I'm going to ride this wave as long as I possibly can. But I'm happy to be here with everybody. Greg, the Bat Daddy, has persuaded me into the 3D printing market. So I'll be able to have some. If we don't win well, I'll be able to have some, good masks to wear as I'm, printing Deadpool stuff. So that's pretty sick. But that's about it.
All right, well, time to bring the mug in here. Greg, the Bat Daddy, Bat Daddy. Microphone check 1 2.
I'm on the phone right now, so does that work? Can y'all hear me? Okay, as long as it works. Hey, CK, I'm glad I got you into 3D printing, man, because it is so effing fun. You can do so many things with it. But no, hey, man, I just wanted to come back. I miss you guys so much. I've had so many things going on. Today is 2 months exactly for me, and it's time for me to start to step back into life and to start to really appreciate my friends and everything I got going on. This is my best therapy session. I've been going to therapy for a while now, and I have a better time talking with y'all than I do going to therapy. So I figured I need to come on here because this is free for me. I don't got to pay for this.
Yeah.
And just thank everybody, man. Cody, Tony, CK, Anthony, Panther Pickle, Diesel Skills, Supreme Mike, my friends Gabrielle, Aaron, like Sarah. I just have so many friends right now that are helping me out with things, and I can't thank y'all enough. I'm ready to talk some Panthers football. This is not about me tonight.
Yeah.
I have gone 3 weeks now without a Panthers loss, and it's been a long damn time since I could say that. Okay, so we're going to talk some Panthers football tonight. We're going to have a good time, but I am glad to be back, hanging out for a little while, and I just want to say I love y'all and thank you very much.
Love you, bro. Have you back, man.
CK Panther Gal said y'all should all show up with masks on. So you have an assignment, my friend.
I'm just saying, how many people in the chat would be willing to spend premium money on a C3 mask?
Yeah. Oh man, there you go. Or how about just good hard-earned middle-class money, right?
Oh man,
no, we need to do a show with masks. That would be fun. I actually am down for that. All right, so tonight's show, the Panthers blackout looms as Chiefs lick their wounds. An undefeated.
Is that the
Chiefs
sound
team.
of your mask making that noise?
Yeah,
but I bought this one though. I didn't print this one, but yeah.
Dude, that's fucking.
Y'all, nerds. All right, no, we were all, who's the biggest nerd here? Dude, me. I'm fucking on the internet hanging out with my friends. This is like the epic nerd life, and I love it. Talking about the Carolina Panthers. Greg, and you said it, this is free therapy. For the last 3 weeks, we made a breakthrough, though, and the Carolina Panthers have stepped back from the ledge in so many ways, and it's been nice. There's been a little respite of despair, and the Carolina Panthers are hosting, though. Not hosting. Are we on the road or are we hosting?
We are out home.
Hosting.
We're at home.
We're hosting, yeah.
Hosting the Chiefs, an undefeated Chiefs, the undefeated Chiefs
Not
team
undefeated.
that lost. Yeah, that just lost to the Bills. And now they're coming in here, maybe motivated, maybe vulnerable. The Chiefs have not been the greatest team, but I'm not going to call a 7-1 team a bad team. I've heard we were in 2015 where people told us we were the worst undefeated team in the world, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? They got 7 wins. We don't. Now, the Carolina Panthers, though, have found a little momentum, a little life behind a strong offensive line, a strong running attack geared up by Chuba Hubbard and Bryce Young. A little extra life, a renewed life, who has been named the starter. But let's start with that rushing attack.
Yes,
the best way to attack a team like the Chiefs and the best way for the Carolina Panthers to continue their ascent and are helping us from our despair is tugging the rock, bro. Is fucking
yes, sir.
Pounding the rock. And man, you might have a little explosivity added to this already impressive running attack. Panthers rookie running back Jonathan Brooks will make his NFL debut on Sunday versus the Chiefs. You guys, should we have brought him back? One question. Second question, how much do you expect to see of Jonathan Brooks?
Bad Dad, you want to jump in first for old time's sake? Jump on it, bro.
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, I don't think with the way Chuba Hubbard is running the ball right now, we're going to see a lot of Jonathan Brooks. And why would you? I mean, Chuba Hubbard's like the 4th running back in the NFL right now as far as yards and touchdowns go. So why would you stop that momentum? However, I do think it's a project we need to look at. I think he's going to take the Miles Sanders role, and that's fine. I don't expect him to come back in and be a banger as soon as he comes in. Which if he does, that'd be great. Look, I remember back in the time with Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams, you can have 2 successful running backs. Look at the Lions right now.
Yeah,
like you can, or the Dolphins right now. You can have 2 successful running backs if you have them in a tandem. I just don't know how much I expect from him right now because he's been on injury for over a year now with the torn ACL. He's coming back to a new team, and not only a new team, a new league. He was in college before. Now he's in the NFL. He hasn't had a chance to experience it yet, so I'm not going to judge him right away based on what's going on. I'm going to give him a little bit of leeway, but I also don't expect us to kind of get away from what's been our bread and butter for the last few weeks with Chuba Hubbard, who is
crushing it right now. Absolutely love seeing what he's doing. So, I mean, it'd be great if he comes in, but we just paid Chuba. So as much as people want to think about it, Brooks is not our future, at least for the next 3 years.
I mean, not our future, but you know what? You already laid out the blueprint, though. You laid out the blueprint for the Detroit Lions is that Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery having a back that can do a lot in Chuba Hubbard, but also a change of pace, a third down back, an explosive back, gives defensive different looks, brings some youth into the equation, takes some miles and off the tires of Chuba Hubbard for a little bit. And hey, could he be any worse than Miles Sanders, Cody?
No, I really don't think so. And to almost sort of go on what Greg was saying, I think that maybe Chuba Hubbard is the Panthers running back of the present.
Yes.
While Jonathan Brooks is the running back of the future. But I agree.
Okay. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, having that two running back tandem, that's so incredibly important when you have two running backs that can tote the rocks, like you mentioned up there with Detroit. But listen, let's also remember why he was drafted. We made most of the offseason moves that we made to build around Bryce Young and to give him every opportunity to continue to prove himself in that role and position. Jonathan Brooks is an incredible runner of the rock. He's a downhill runner who can bounce to the outsides, and he's a great pass catcher as well. And this time, when Bryce is finally starting to show a little bit of a sign of life, you have to play him. There's no reason not to. Chuba Hubbard is your main primary running back. All the action and the primary carries are going to go through him, but there's no reason to not get Jonathan Brooks involved and have him to start to knock the dust off and get back into rhythm of what we plan on doing. And I think that's really important for us going into the future, to especially going into next year, to have Jonathan Brooks have that experience under his belt. And look, I already know that Tony is about to roll his eyes at what I'm about to say. But boys, we're not eliminated from anything. We're not eliminated from the division. We're not eliminated from the playoffs. I know
Cody, don't ruin it. Let's bask in this, but don't ruin it. Come on, man.
I know everybody. I'm definitely a fool. But listen,
hey, don't ruin it. Yeah.
Hold on. To Cody's point, if we win this week, are you not expecting like, oh, maybe this is something different?
Yeah, we play the Cowboys. Dude, we do not. It is not, in my opinion, our schedule moving forward is not the toughest. It really isn't. Dallas,
on paper, it is.
Dallas.
Look, y'all, I'm ready to shave this beard. Okay, I'm ready to shave this beard. So we need to make the damn playoffs. All right, for real. Like,
actually, you know what? If somebody gave me shit on the podcast, I don't know if it was in the comments or in the chat when I said I don't want us to back into the playoffs and get smoked and this. And they were like, what are you effing crazy not wanting the Panthers to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I saw that.
And I mean, there was a good point to it, is that like, look, I mean, the best thing for making the playoffs for the podcast would just be one less week of talking about the NFL draft. But now I am all in for Greg. This poor guy gonna look like ZZ Top.
I know, right?
Like he's going from ZZ Top to Gandalf at this rate. And like, good God, get this man a fresh shave, please. Look like damn Encino Man at some point. But yeah, now that's why that's actually, if there's one thing that's got me rooting for the playoffs now, is Greg being able to shave his beard.
Yeah, dude.
I like that.
I like the idea though of us playing one game at a time and having the mindset that everything is out in front of us. We're fans. We're allowed to have realistic expectations and say, you know what, we're definitely not that team this year. But if you're on this coaching staff and you're on this team, you better be playing and fighting your ass off like there's still something out for you to earn. And if they have that in mind, then I'm happy to see what Jonathan Brooks can do in this offense and what they might scheme up for him to be able to do.
CK, really, look, I mean, if anything, the exciting part is seeing a draft pick that we invested a second rounder in that has some people, a lot of criticism around the draft pick from some Panther fans and the idea of picking a running back, the idea of picking a running back that high, picking a running back when you have an aging or a defense that doesn't exist, blah, 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 blah. The Panthers saw a lot of value, though, in Jonathan Brooks, a guy that was on pace to have, look, Bijan Robinson, top 10 pick 2 years ago, and he was on pace to destroy all Bijan's college numbers in Texas. Known for producing some running backs. Wasn't Ricky Waters? Didn't he go to Texas?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up. But go ahead, CK.
You mean Ricky Williams?
Ricky, thank you. That's a Ricky
Yeah.
Waters. Who the hell is Ricky Waters? I don't even know who that is. Ricky
Williams
I think,
went to Miami,
Texas.
didn't he?
No,
I
he
can't
played
remember.
for the Dolphins.
No, he played for the Dolphins. I'm missing.
I want
Yeah.
to say he was played for Texas. Not entirely sure. Like it was a long, long time ago. But CK, look, I mean, second round pick, lot of potential. And, you know, if anybody on this podcast has been on the Dan Morgan doing the greatest job with very little to do, it's been you. A lot of faith. I'm excited about Jonathan Brooks as a player. And explosive. What do you expect, or what do you want to see?
Man, I think that I want to see him be used, and I like it's hard not to go back to double trouble, man, and want to see that again. Like that was such an exciting time for an offense that was able to just run the ball at will. Like you didn't have to have a really good quarterback, which in a lot of those years we didn't, and so it was just I want to be able to go back to a place where we have dominant players at that position, and that's an exciting idea that we can get back to what Panthers football has been for the past 25 years, and that is, we keep pounding, right? We keep running the ball. We play good defense, which right now we're not doing that. I'm not saying we are, but if we can get one of those things going in the right direction and then focus on the other one in the coming off season, then man, I'm ecstatic for the direction of this team if we can get all the pieces together.
Yeah, man. Look, we got to give Dan Morgan. Dan Morgan has done a lot with a little, I feel like. And I mean, if anything, is I know that the despair of the record, the struggles of Bryce Young early or the benching, we were close to the ledge, guys. We were close to the ledges. I know that. Look, because I'm not ready to say we've turned a corner. Maybe I'm in a pessimistic moment of my life where I'm not getting overly. I don't get excited about Christmas anymore, folks. I don't wake up and I'm like, oh, let's open the presents right away, folks. I'm older.
Christmas or your birthday. Your birthday just becomes another day.
I know. Like, I'm like, I don't even want to sell. Yeah, these types of things. But I think that's just, the Panthers were wearing on me so much to the point that we were sitting here asking just a month ago, was this season more demoralizing and worse than last season?
It's such a roller coaster to be on this ride.
Look, let's just take a win. Let's take a good day when we can get it. Let's take a good meal. We can get it. It is kind of wild to have people being like, told you Bryce was the truth. Sorry, G baby. I know you're there.
No,
right?
Hold on. Real quick. Bryce Young has not won these last two games for us. He just hasn't lost them for us. Okay?
He's played better than he did.
He's played better, but he has definitely not won these last two games for us. He just didn't lose them. Look, let's be realistic. We got lucky last game for an overtime turnover at the very beginning of overtime. We got lucky. We had 3 opportunities in the fourth quarter to put the game away, and we didn't do it. Okay,
Greg,
so let's just be real about this.
Greg, after that win, I had somebody message me on Twitter and demand an apology to Bryce Young.
For what? For his 125 yards, 175 yards, whatever he had, and 1 touchdown. Oh my God! What an amazing stat line! Oh my God!
All he did is shit, and he was just collectively talking about the podcast, right? He said all you did is shit on Bryce, not being undersized, not having a giant arm. I won't listen to you, talk to you until you got an apology. And I was like, I wanted to say, bro, did he get taller?
Yeah,
I didn't see that. But I just wrote back is like 126 yards passing. look, I'm happy for him. I also
saw
I told this to someone. Recently. I said, look, they asked me about Bryce Young. This was not on the show or anything. And I said I'm happy for a young man who lives in a very difficult universe. When I say difficult universe, being competitive NFL, that can toss you, can chew you up and spit you out. And I'm happy for a young man who was on the verge of being chewed up and spit out by the NFL in general and the Carolina Panthers. I'm happy that there's a renewed confidence, a renewed sense of enthusiasm from fans. I'm happy for that, and I hope it works. I'm excited about it. I did see someone, the C3 Legion comes through, bro. Or not comes through. They're there for us. Always. It is strange that so many people, once they see C3, though, they think it's like us four. And Colby messaged somebody because there was a bye-week Panthers podcaster thing, and we weren't. I would say we weren't invited. Man, I barely even check my shit right now in this time period of my life. But Colby said something that is like shame, and then he was like, I'm not even I'm just one of the Legion, bro. He's like, it's anyway, we love you guys. Smash the thumbs up button, subscribe, call into the show at 252-228-5098. We want to hear what you think about Jonathan Brooks and his debut for the Carolina Panthers. The Thunder and Lightning. This would be more Thunder and Lightning than D. Williams. And I don't know. D'Angelo was the Lightning. D'Angelo was the Lightning. He was the one that was busting the 70-yarders. He was explosive. He was electric. We cannot forget that. Stewart was the thumper, but Stewart could fucking break a big one too. This feels like a Jamal Charles, though, type player that you could pair with a thumper, and he's hitting home runs.
And remember, Tony, the dude's like 6'2", 220 pounds. Like, he's not a small running back by any stretch of the imagination either. So, I like Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams as a good little comparison for what they could be. They got to prove it, though, man. And listen, I'm so happy to have the Bat Daddy on here, man, because, people paint us, either depending on where we are, right? If we're on Twitter, everyone thinks that we're the Bryce Hater podcast.
He's missed so much.
Yeah, but then, my boys over at Blackout Panther Podcast, they think that I'm the biggest Bryce Young apologist ever. So, I always revel in the ability for us to come up here and speak truth to the matter. I'm not anti-Bryce, but I think that he's playing better. But I also agree with Greg. He has yet to prove anything to anyone.
Let's make it about the Panthers at this point.
He has to still continue to grow and continue to run the offense. And Greg made the great point that we did not lose because of Bryce. He was able to manage the game accordingly, and he was able to do so. And that's saying a lot because he wasn't able to do that just at the start of the year. So I think we're being very realistic about Bryce, about what we're expecting from Bryce. And I'm willing to let everybody have the floor to change my mind, especially when it comes to this Panther football team trying to get over all these years and years of misery that we've been going through, man. I want something to make us happy, whatever it is, whoever it is.
That's where, if we turn this to the Carolina Panthers and not like Bryce, is that, you know what, we got back-to-back wins. And
three got out of loss. Yeah.
Right, like you can go and be like, "Oh, we're on a run." We're like, look, I'm just savoring the fucking meal. I'm not here going this is all of a sudden a change in the team. I know that there's real faults in this and that. So I think we can be celebratory or at least congratulatory, but also be realistic or just kind of just enjoy the moment. Interestingly, though, Greg, you have missed a lot in that. Not only have we become the C3 Panthers podcast is what you want, whatever you're listening is what you want it to be. And Your
For the
shirt,
fans, by the fans, baby. You already know.
your shirt right there is gonna feed into the fucking.
Oh no, what is it?
Oh, my shirt, my pro life, pro gun, pro America shirt. Yeah,
Oh
sorry.
God. Oh God.
Say what you want.
No,
Say what you want.
We're the alt right now, don't you know? Oh shit.
It's crazy because Cody and I are like liberal as fuck in so many ways, and then people are like, "Oh my God, you're so alt right."
Yeah.
And through this political environment, Greg, and sorry, listeners, we're also catching up with our brother that we don't get to see and talk to as much as we want. Through the political environment, I have been totally checked out. Like I have not. I mean, I promise you,
I would be too if I was a liberal. I'd be totally checked out too if I was a liberal. Yeah, sorry.
Well done. But no, like I just have not been. I've been kind of apolitical, right? But what's so funny is all my friends who were, and I didn't even vote in the last presidential election in 2020. I skipped it. Like I voted the rest of the ballot, and I just didn't vote for either of those two candidates. But all of the people that I've hung out with and talked to, if they were a Trump supporter, they were avidly of the belief that I was voting for Kamala. And if they were a Kamala supporter, they were of avid belief that I was and it was just like, I was like, this is the C3 Panthers podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever you want it to be, it is. The number's 252-228-5098. But one thing I don't want to happen is what's next, Cody.
Oh man, well listen, we have to talk about this. And this is how you know that nobody in this organization is outright sold on our current quarterback situation.
Oh, this is all bullshit. Bullshit.
But it's not even just this rumor, Tony. It's how Dave Canales handles the situation, how he talks about it, how Dan Morgan has talked about it. But there have been multiple rumors, and we'll bring up a couple of them. But first off, let's talk about this. Now, this is not a New York Giants podcast. So you might be wondering, why is this even news? The fact that Daniel Jones was benched, and now Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cutlets, shout out Paisan in the chat.
Italian love.
He's going to be getting another opportunity to quarterback the New York Giants. But don't you know, if somebody has a used quarterback, the Panthers are in the market for it, baby. You already know. A much maligned Twitter account called NFL Rumors has put out that the Carolina Panthers are interested in Daniel Jones this offseason. They even said something as stupid as they're hoping they can get a payoff like the Eagles have at Saquon Barkley.
There's no
what
way.
the hell? What a terrible comparison. But man, listen, from Charlotte, born in Charlotte, but it's been very underwhelming up there.
But he went to Duke. Screw that. Didn't he go to Duke? Screw that guy. Yeah.
I almost played one season there too, I think. Or like showed out. Yeah. Oh, can we also is it 7 degrees of separation type thing? Isn't that the say? You know, that's Dave Gettleman pick.
Oh wow, you're right.
Yeah. Both I think Saquon was too. Saquon and Dave Gettleman picked Daniel Jones 6 overall that year. Let me look up, but CK, please tell. This is complete. I think this is complete bullshit.
It's not. There's no shot that they're going to. The only thing that I could see is that they're just preparing for an Andy Dalton departure and they're looking for a backup. Like that would be the only reason that this dude would be sought after by the Carolina Panthers right now. That is literally the only way.
Andy Dalton is better than Daniel Jones has ever been, in the NFL.
No, I'm not stating that he's better as far like it's a better option than Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is at that age where he might be on the verge of retiring. We only have one more year on his contract too, I think, or he might be done this year actually. So, I mean, they're having to think about life after Dalton, I'm guessing. And so if there is any realistic or realism to this or any, truth to this statement, I think it's purely out of just trying to find a veteran quarterback that can back up Bryce Young or whoever else they decide to bring in.
There's only
fair.
There is no, first of all, there's nothing beneficial for the Panthers and anybody in the Panthers organization, even if they were interested in kicking the tires on Daniel Jones this offseason in a trade, to be generating any talk about it. The only thing that could give this any credibility is that there was some sort of rumor from like the same shit this offseason. Is like somehow the name Daniel Jones and the Carolina Panthers got mentioned earlier in the season, the offseason. But I see this is I don't even care if it was true or if it happens in reality. There's no way that if I'm anybody in the Panthers, I'm even thinking about this now. Or even telling anybody. Or why I don't care how drunk you got, Dan Morgan. Like, you think this mug's gonna be like, oh, well, we might kick the tires on Daniel Jones. Like, but shut up. This is a tabloid. This is a tabloid rumor. Might as well be Brad Pitt slept with a hooker and a friend of a friend of a friend told us that. Okay.
Well, look, here's the thing is we're at kind of a crossroads right now with the Carolina Panthers because I still believe we're only going to win 4 games this year. I don't think we're going to go on some kind of big turnaround and win the division. I think we're going to win 1 more game this year. That's probably going to be it. And I'm actually kind of predicting next week against the Chiefs. But with Carolina, you've got to ask yourself right now, with winning the last 2 games and Bryce Young looking better, so not looking like an NFL quarterback or a superstar he was drafted to be, but looking better. Are we going to invest into Bryce Young, or are we going to turn the page and draft another quarterback right now? That's kind of the question where I'm at with Carolina, because I don't know what they need to do in the future to make this team better. I think we have up-and-coming players. Yeah, CK, give me the answer, because I just don't know where we're at right now.
I think that right now there's so many holes, and so a lot of people are kind of upset that we've won because they wanted to have a higher draft pick, right? There are no quarterbacks in this draft that, in my mind, are worthy of a top 10 pick. And why that's important is we have so many holes on this team. One of the things that I really believe is no matter where we're drafting, if we're drafting in the top 15, I think we're going to be able to get a player that's the number 1 at their position for a position of need on our defense. Right now, that is such a major hole. And I don't think I think you're seeing it. When you look at the Chiefs as an example, right? Mahomes has not been Mahomes this year, right? He's not been like horrible, but he has not been Mahomes. But they have won because their defense is incredible, like really good. And so why that's valuable to understand is like, if you want to give any team a chance, I think you have to really have a defense that's competitive. And you be able to, you have to have both. You really do have to have complementary football, in all honesty. So I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't focus on the offense, but I feel like when you look at what we have as our biggest and most weakest link, putting more effort into this offense doesn't make a tremendous amount of sense when our offense actually is the better piece of the 2 units. So in my mind, I look at this as like, this is not the year to go forward trying to replace Bryce. I think he gets 1 more year. Maybe you sign a veteran in the off season and allow them to compete. But you give it 1 more year and then you see where it goes from there. But you can't. There would be no value in moving on from him right now. You could say, well, what if one of these guys turns out to be great? Well, that may be the case. One of these guys in the draft may turn out to be great. But the problem is you have to pick which one you think is going to be great. And there's a lot of them that are equal to one another, and you've got to hope that you're hitting the right one. And right now, you have to that's like hitting the lottery at this point in time, at least for the Panthers.
Yeah, and Joe Person, he had something written in The Athletic. I want to say like a week or so ago now, maybe not even. And he had hypothesized that the Panthers could eye quarterback Justin Fields or Miami's Cam Ward in the 2025 draft, or potentially even both of them. And listen, like this kind of goes back to what I've been saying, and how when you listen to Dave Canales talk about Bryce, and then even when Dan Morgan was asked about trading Bryce, like there was never a vote of confidence to either of these guys. Now, I like that from Canales' perspective because make Bryce earn it. He should. And I believe that lately Bryce has played better knowing that he has something on the line. But it's like where there's smoke, there's fire. And again, that NFL rumors page, take that for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But you're hearing more and more rumors about the Panthers making moves at quarterback in the offseason. And I don't necessarily think that it's all just people making shit up for clicks. I don't believe that this organization right now, as it is sold on Bryce Young. Tony, you are 100% correct, though. We need to let the season end. We need to let everything play out, let the college season play out, and reevaluate at the end of the season, and then keep all options open and available to us. But I think that we do need to mention that it does not look like the coaching staff is very sold on Bryce Young being their quarterback of the future from an optics standpoint.
Well, look, if Bryce Young can end up pulling out 6 or 7 wins this year based on the way the season started and the way he looked at the beginning of the year, okay, then I think you give Bryce Young a chance. You say, okay, let's move forward with him for a little while longer. We've already paid him. Let's move forward with him for a little while longer and see if we can 5. 5
or
pushing
5.
It,
Why not?
Well, because 4 is one more game than we won last year, right? No, we won 2 last year. I mean,
1, 2. It's one more game than we won right now, though.
But I just mean, if Bryce can show this year that he can manage the team to win a few more games this year, because 5 or 6 games is more respectable than winning 2 or 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I say you move forward Bryce Young and you try to develop him. We draft a quarterback later on if this doesn't work out, because we've already paid the guy and everything else. But right now, it's still the burden of proof is still on him.
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, we didn't win these last 2 games because of him, but he didn't lose those games for us. And if that's what he's going to give us right now, somebody who's not going to lose the games for us, we can work with that. But we definitely did not win these last 2 games because of him. I think the running back, Hubbard, had more rushing yards and touchdowns than Bryce had passing in the last 2 games. So we didn't win because of Bryce. He just didn't lose the game for us.
We are a run-first football team.
That's
which,
fine.
to be honest, that's what Daniel Jones was at his best. Right?
Well, that's
he had that one,
and you got a shitty defense too, bro.
Right. But so even Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco are reporting on this and reacting to it. Again, to me, it's like, I don't know. I'm not saying to believe it, but I believe where there is smoke that there is fire. And as stupid as it is, the fact that Daniel Jones was quarterbacking a run-first football team with a good O-line that had the run threaten Saquon Barkley, like, you're just not going to ask a quarterback to do too much with this offense, which, to be honest, is why I'm not very opposed to Bryce Young right now. Like, if that's all we're going to want, someone to just handle the football, take those.
That's what he was drafted to ultimately be, dude.
So I don't want to hear anything about any other used goods, any other bargain bin quarterback. I'm done. I don't want anything to do with it. I just understand that whoever the quarterback is, especially with the offensive line, the way we're running the football, they're not going to ask them to do a ton.
Let me say this.
Rodgers going to be available next year. Just saying.
I'm over that now.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I gave too much to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I thought you were the biggest Rodgers hater.
I don't like Rodgers, no.
I like Rodgers, but man, it's the time. Right. It's over. It's over. But first, let's just go ahead and say this. Daniel Jones is trash, bro. Absolute garbage.
He went to Duke. He's a dumbass. He went to Duke, so I already know that. Yeah.
He sucks, dude. All right.
Yeah.
Next is that if I don't want to measure it on wins for Bryce, if Bryce shows that he's not completely mentally not broken, like he has in the last 2 games, and just can maintain.
Yeah.
I think this team has too many issues to where drafting a quarterback really, really helps, given the fact that you've invested so much. And so if you go out there and you strengthen the team in the offseason, Bryce just shows life for the rest of the year. You go out there and you give it another shot. And if it doesn't work, then you're in the mix for a quarterback. And your team's getting better in the process. It would be premature, I think, at this point. You've already put so much, not into him, but into the concept of a quarterback refreshing your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it, just go another year. Let him earn some stripes. If it doesn't work, you get a vet, you do something to Geno Smith, you bring that person in, you keep an Andy Dalton, you do that. The worst thing that could happen is that the team gets better and Bryce does not progress as fast or as much as you want. But that is all at least dependent, in my opinion, on what has been happening over the last 2 weeks where he's not been regressing. Yeah. And I don't need him to take leaps. I don't need him to go jump out there and crush. I need him to each week, each snap, get more confidence, more play. And then that's fine. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not like, oh, team, like, you know what? I'm rooting for Bryce. I'm rooting for the Carolina Panthers. But if we're drafting a quarterback in the top 5 again, the only thing that's going to help us is the numbers during the draft.
I'll say this, though. If we do draft a quarterback, y'all may not want one, but we have to give whoever that quarterback is an evaluative chance. Look at him for what he does well, what he doesn't do well. Let's not just assume that there would be another Bryce Young. However, I did want to say this, though. If we go out and get a free agent quarterback, dude, could you imagine the triple threat run option with Jonathan Brooks, Chuba Hubbard, and Justin Fields? Oh, boys, we'd be
give me Cam Ward.
Running all over him, baby.
Whoa.
Hey, man,
you know, this guy right here wanted Justin Fields so bad when we were drafting it.
I know.
And
dude, why not?
Don't give me another player 5 years after I wanted him. Actually, he might be okay. Man, could Dave Canales fix Justin Fields? No, he can't.
Y'all know we could have had Justin Fields with Christian McCaffrey and with DJ Moore and had all those players on our team right now. If you wanted Justin Fields, that ship has sailed, y'all. Justin Fields is not the guy.
Justin Fields in and run that QB run option. That run option, bro.
We took Derek Brown instead of Fields, right?
No, it was J.C. Horn.
J.C. Horn. That's right.
Yeah, man. Right. I'm also, I'm not expecting him to be a long-term fix. If you're going to bring him in for a year or two, cool. Especially if you did draft a Cam Ward in the draft. Let him sit for a bit. If we do draft another quarterback, I want someone to start in front of him.
Let me ask you this: what would be the Chuba Hubbard rushing, higher or lower, if Justin Fields was on the team? I don't know, but it would be fun to check out on Underdog Fantasy. You can download the app, go to underdogfantasy.com. Right now, you can get Bryce Young 181.5 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown. You know what? I think the passing touchdown, I feel more confident. Oh.
Hey, why don't we just get Trey Lance? If we're going to get Justin Fields, might as well go inside Trey Lance too,
No. All right. So 181.5 passing yards, higher or lower for Bryce Young. Go. CK, higher or lower?
181.5 for Trey Lance.
He has not had that since his first week when he threw 30-something times that he came back. Higher or lower? Immediate. No thinking.
Lower.
All right.
Damn, bunch of Debbie Downers in here.
I know, man.
No, we're just going up against one of the best defenses in the league. That's the only reason I'm saying that.
And do you know how many times in the past years doing Underdog, this type of daily fantasy football, it started at 205 for Baker. Then it got to 190. I was like, sometime he's going to have to get it at some point. Boy, cautious on that one.
Hey,
but here, how about this? Passing touchdowns. If he gets a 1 touchdown, you win. Higher. So it's a half. CK, higher, lower, half touchdown. Does he get a passing touchdown?
Yes. Higher.
Cody?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, he gets one.
I think that's the safer play on Underdog Fantasy. One interception, half interception, higher, lower.
Higher.
CK. Higher.
Higher.
Yeah, I think that I'm going right here as I'm putting if you want some Panther plays on Underdog Fantasy, go to underdogfantasy.com, download the app, use the promo code C3P, and Underdog will give you they'll give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash depending on your deposit. Over 5 million fans, are already playing on the Underdog with their champs games, you could win money by making entries with your favorite players. They've got crazy awesome promos too. I opened them up. I think they may be personalized for you. Tonight I opened the Underdog app, and Steph Curry, free play. If he scores a point, you get it. Underdog is the best place to play champions. So sign up, deposit now using the promo code C3P to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. My personal experience right here is to go Chuba Hubbard right now. A lock. It's a lock right here. Yeah. 59.5 rushing yards for Chuba.
Well, we're starting Brooks this week, though.
About their defense. He getting that. Getting that.
You hit the
higher.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert Hunt, we trust.
Right now, you can go Jonathan Brooks rushing or receiving touchdown half. If he gets a touchdown, I'm going lower. I mean, debut. Yeah. I don't know if I'm with that. You go to Underdog, you play those stats. Listen, Chuba Hubbard been making cash money all season. Download the app today. Use the promo code C3P to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. That's promo code C3P, up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Cody.
Must be 18 years of age, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. Thank you to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring the C3 podcast all the way through February, man. We appreciate them. That helps the podcast to grow.
The number's 252-228-5098. We'd love to get your thoughts. Cody, Greg, got something?
Just real quick. Can I just tell y'all why I think Carolina is going to win their fourth and final game this week?
Sure.
This week? Oh, Greg.
This week.
Final.
Look, man. Look. I don't think we're going to win more than 4. I predicted 4 at the beginning of the year.
I did with Dallas with no Dak Prescott.
I don't know, man. I'm just Rico
I don't
Dallas
know
pretty
why
good.
He's pushing all his chips in on the Chiefs, but go ahead, Greg.
I'll tell you why. Because the Chiefs are not as good as everybody thinks they are. CK pointed out earlier. Mahomes is not having a great year. The Chiefs are 1 inch away from losing game 1 of the season. They won 2 weeks ago by a blocked field goal to end the game, and they lost last week. They're not as good as everybody thinks they are. Okay, they are not the Chiefs of the past right now. They're a good team, and to the Chiefs, like the Patriots, they'll probably still make the Super Bowl. But I just don't think. I think they're going to come into Carolina and underestimate us. I think that we're riding high right now in Carolina. We're not playing great, but right now you don't have to play fantastic to beat the Chiefs. You really don't. Their special teams are probably. I'm just telling you, man. Look,
who are you, Greg?
Look, there's a reason why I am number 1 in the Pick'em League for C3 Pick'em League. Everybody doubts.
Been picking for the last 5 weeks, or
no? I've been picking. I'm number 1. Look, go check it out. I'm the number 1 guy. So, 114 wins, I think it is, or 12, something like that. So, look, man, I just think the Carolina has a good shot at winning this week. I think that we're going to ride this wave one more time and have a big upset. It's also kind of an NFL script. It's going to look really good. I think that Carolina pulls out the win against Kansas City this week, and then I don't think we win again the rest of the year. Maybe against Dallas. Maybe.
That's crazy as fuck.
Well, you got to keep in mind we're going to be going up against. We have the Bucks twice, and then we have the Falcons again. And so I think that there's some winnable games coming up.
Gonna beat Atlanta.
Yeah, this ain't one of them.
Atlanta.
Atlanta's a good team, y'all.
They're good team this year.
Dude, did you see them get smoked?
They are frauds.
Did you see them smoke us a few weeks ago?
Yeah,
they're every other week.
Everybody, the Falcons are always fraud. They'll give you enough leeway to think, oh, maybe they're gonna do something. Don't you ever believe in the Falcons? They're meant to fucking crush dreams, dude. Fuck them.
All right, so Dallas is a winnable game. I get that.
It is, yeah.
But we are not favorites in this game against. You know what? As I'll let all y'all, I'll be the bank. I'll be the bank. You want to put 5 on it? All y'all put 5 on it.
What is the over under on that?
What you mean on the score?
Yeah, on the score. Like, what is the?
Let me see what the line is. Panthers, Chiefs. There's no. I mean, look, are you telling me there's a universe? Are you telling me there's a universe where the Panthers could win? Okay.
Wait,
the Chiefs are 10.5-point favorites, dude.
Yeah.
The over-under is 42.5. No way, man. Panthers.
That's where you make the money. Buy XRP. Trust me. You know, where you make the money.
Listen to me now, Lee. But all right, whatever. All right. I ain't shame. Fool me once. You know. A fool man can't get fooled again. Cody Lack. Can we take some calls?
Hell yeah, we can. The number is 252-228-5098. Have your voice heard on the longest running Panthers podcast on the internet.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty you shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like
who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one?
To the charismatic CK, the tenacious Tony Dunn. Oh, and yes, the incomparable Cody Lack.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, boys? This ain't nobody but your boy CP, the vintage retro man, North Carolina's neighborhood hope dealer.
Great caller.
Hey, as we approach Thanksgiving, I just want to say, man, that I'm thankful and grateful for you guys, man. I'm thankful and grateful for the C3 Legion. There's a million things that we could complain about, but, you know, I just want y'all to know, man, I'm thankful that y'all do this week in and week out, week in and week out.
Thank you, brother.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rem. Thank you.
Culture.
Sir.
Culture.
Smoke that hope.
Culture's important, y'all. And what I see with our Panthers is I see a culture shift. You know, Dave Canales, I know I've given him a lot of flack, calling him the cutesy play caller from Carson High School.
I love it.
But
that's why you're a great caller,
the guy
baby.
seems to be a leader of men. The guys in the locker room seem to respect him. And I'm thankful and appreciate the culture that he seems to be bringing here. So anyway, I just wanted to drop that on you guys, man. You know, this is the hope dealer. Everybody be hopeful, be thankful. Keep pounding, baby.
Thanksgiving on the horizon. Let's be hopeful. Let's be thankful. I'm thankful for a caller like that. I'm thankful for my brothers that are here on the panel. And I'm thankful for, and we'll do, you know what, we're going to do a Thanksgiving show on Tuesday. That'll be our, you know what I mean? Like, so we'll do some thanks and things like that. Nick Montero, thankful for that, brother. Nick messages me, even when I, like, not only when I need it, but like, even when I don't need it. Excuse me, when I don't know I need it. Greg, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So the caller, thankful for just the family, the Legion, this and all these things that are important to us. I called Greg earlier tonight, and it's not just like just hanging out with my boy, talking to him. And he said to me this, it like shook me to my core in a good way. He said, you're a great friend, bro. And that is not only a needed and too complimentary of a compliment, you know, but like really, I can't tell you. Was exhausted today, just mentally, and not any one thing. Not something happened, you know. Nothing happened. Nothing like is this here with my brothers.
That's it.
Bro,
it's fucking wonderful, dude.
Tony, for people out there that don't know how good this guy right here is, this guy rode 3.5 hours to wait in line for an hour to see me for 5 minutes at my wife's wake and then drive back. That's how good this man right here is. Okay. We've built a family here, and I love all of y'all. And Tony, I can't express to you how much you mean to me, man. And Cody, CK, you too as well. Like, this is not just a podcast. This is a therapy session with people that are really good friends. And I've met some really great people. I talk to more people that are fans of the show than I do people that I've grown up with or people that I work with every day. Like, this is a community that we've built. And Tony, you're kind of the heart and soul of this. And you started this whole thing up, man. I really appreciate it. But those of y'all don't know, man, this is a good man right here. Damn good man.
Do you remember first of all, I know that, look, I'm going to make me my own self cry here, but like, Greg and I have only met twice in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember the first time we met? I remember it like, I was like,
I do.
I felt like I had known you forever.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
do.
I'm saying? Like, so it's really been, I love when a caller calls up. And not that says like I don't want to compliment. It's not, I don't need a pat on the back for what the podcast is, but I think this is authenticity people see.
Yeah.
And what they know and what people, I think, feel part of is that this is, yes, Panthers is the median, the intersection. The whole podcast was started for me and Joey fucking trying to stay in touch. And the Panthers were the intersection of us talking together.
Dude, did you ever think that you trying to keep in contact with your old friend would be the thing that gave you a literal legion
of friends,
brand new friends?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
Like I said, Tony and I had a father-son hug.
Yeah, see, listen to that. It's something special, and it's not like love the podcast, this and that. But I think people know that, like, I think that's what just resonates is like, yeah, we're fucking chopping up Panthers news.
Dude, how about this?
We're just having fun being together.
So, dude, between all the podcasts that we do, me personally with C3, I probably do 9 hours of podcasting a week. When you throw in the Sunday show, the Friday show, and the Tuesday show, when you count all the chat rooms that we have on Twitter with the C3 Legion, where we're constantly in contact with one another, my man Diesel Skills and Panther Pickle and Jade the Snake and Colby, they're always doing the spaces, bringing the C3 community together on Twitter. And bro, every time I go to the stadium, I'm always getting people stopping me, wanting to take pictures, showing C3 love. Dude, this community that we have built is the thing that I'm easily the most proud of. And I love that we're all here doing it together. And through the good times and the bad, C3, baby, we keep pounding for the fans, by the fans. That's what we do, man.
Love it. Love it.
To do it.
The number's 252-228-5098. Let's take another call.
What up, boys? It's Nick from Seattle. DK, Tony, Cody, my boys, my brothers. I hope y'all having a fabulous Tuesday.
What's up?
This might be a 2-call night for me because I got a lot to say, and here it goes. First and foremost, I got to come at one of you. Cody, this one's for you, my friend.
Oh, shit.
First of all, I love what you do. I respect your work, and I respect the work you put in to be good at your job.
Appreciate you.
Very well done. You cannot talk as much shit about Bryce Young as you have been talking over the last year and a half.
Come on, bro.
Oh, CJ. Oh, Trevor Lawrence. Oh, CJ. None of them play for the Panthers. You know who plays for the Panthers? Bryce Young. You don't get to say as much shit as you've been saying and then come out posting Darth Vader, Bryce Young about to beat the Chiefs.
Get him. That's kind of fair.
Nothing wrong about that Bryce Young kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. You can't be that loud. That's what Greg is doing, and Greg is doing it right. Greg chose his hill to die on, and he's dying on that hill. He's not backtracking. He's saying where he's at. If you're on that lane of fuck Bryce Young, that's cool. I ain't mad about that. But stay in your lane, bro. You don't get to play both sides. You gotta play both sides. You got to understand you are opening yourself directly up.
He got on you about the thumbnail.
Fair bro. That's how it's going to be. You can't be on both sides of the fence unless you want to catch shit from both sides. And that's what's happening now. That leads me into my man, Cam Newton. Cam, Tony, I'm with you. I'm the biggest Cam Newton fan in the world. If I ran into Cam Newton at the airport, I might shit my pants. I have 5 Cam Newton jerseys. I have a portrait of the man hanging in my home. Huge Cam Newton fan. I have dreadlocks because of Cam Newton.
Oh, shit.
But Cam has been the biggest critic of David Tepper, period. He's been talking all that shit.
Oh, great
and
segue.
now he's out crying, wondering why the team doesn't welcome him back. That's like if one of us was talking shit about our former employer and then getting mad because he don't invite us to dinner. Respectfully, Cam needs to grow the hell up because all the players that came, Luke, Thomas Davis, Peppers, Smitty, all of them in Germany made that entire trip about the Carolina Panthers. If Cam Newton came, he would have made it about Cam Newton. And that's just the reality of it.
Oh, my God.
You don't get to be a diva and then get mad when people get tired of your bullshit. Second of all, he's an active fucking player. He has not submitted his retirement papers, and we're not trying to get fined for
all
Cam.
terrible today.
So Cam needs to grow the hell up. Cody, you need to chill out with the Bryce Young shit talk, or at least say you're sorry. That looks like I hit everything I needed, boys. Have a great night. I love y'all. Peace time.
All right.
I mean, give my man the applause because he brought it.
So listen,
he went full.
Hey, he brought the energy.
Yeah.
I respect you, brother.
Yeah,
and let me say this.
But
I would like to sincerely apologize to absolutely fucking no one, brother. Because two things
Pull the Conor McGregor, huh?
True at the same time. I do not believe that Bryce Young is the future of the Carolina Panthers. Cody, what's the date today? On November the 19th, do not believe that Bryce Young is the future of the Carolina Panthers. However, I hope that I'm fucking wrong. I don't want to be doing the quarterback carousel thing forever. And if Bryce is going to start to play better, one, I'm a Panthers fan, so I'm going to cheer for him. And I will give him the credit where credit is due if he does continue to play well. The idea that you have to have an opinion, hold an opinion, and never change it is the dumbest thing in the world. You should be allowed to grow and evolve. And number two, I have not changed my opinion. I do not believe that Bryce Young is the future of this organization. So if you don't like my trolling, that's okay. But brother, don't hate the player, hate the game. That's all I'm saying.
The thumbnail, though, is what he was with the.
Well, no, it's not even just that one. I have another meme that I post all the time of the Darth Bryce Young in the hood with like the mischievous face looking at the camera.
Looking up.
Yeah, I fucking love trolling all the assholes on Twitter that come at me nonstop.
All right. Yeah. All right. So here, CK, hold up because it's a great segue because this was a part of the show, right? That we're trying to get to. Cody, while I talk, can you pull up the short? Do you have the?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Look, I think this is with the Bryce thing is that I'm cheering for. I feel like with Bryce the same I feel with the Carolina Panthers. We got 2 wins in a row. Like, I ain't fucking going nuts. I'm happy. I'm happy for Bryce that he didn't just go out there and throw duds. Like, I'm happy that the mug didn't just crumple, all of those things. I'm happy that there's a potential path forward, at least for him being on the roster, bro. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, y'all are like talking about the future of the Panthers and this and that. 3 weeks ago, there wasn't a path forward for him on the fucking team for people. I'm happy for all of that. I'm not with fucking Greg here on we're gonna go beat this fucking Chiefs. Now, if we beat the Chiefs, go ahead and put this podcast up for we're fucking making the playoffs and we're making a run. I'd be up for that.
Tony,
So
I just want to.
I'm
I
here.
want to tell you in 30 seconds you've said the F-bomb just as your mom has joined the chat.
Oh, damn, Mom! I had not said it one time before you got up here, Mom. I promise. I had not. But
we need to keep a tracker.
I need to keep a tracker for you.
I saw her in this chat, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep
That's
I'm
what
gonna
we
keep
need.
track of how many times he dropped the S bomb, and he just said 4 in a matter of 30 seconds.
Only because she joined. That is God. Oh gosh, thank you. You know what she's gonna do? Watch. Here it comes. I really love CK.
Yeah, right.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
CK's the best on this podcast.
I love my mom so much. And you know what? If she did not get on my, you know what, Hein, my BUTT, my effing ass about that. Look, thank you, CK. She would be a great mother. She would not be a great mother. She is a great mother. She's a great person. Thank you. She would be saying, keep it. She actually is not would be saying, she's going to say, keep it optimistic. She's with Greg, beating the Chiefs, making the playoffs, running to the Super Bowl. Go ahead. We love you, Mom.
Yes, sir. You want
now, we got to talk about this Cam crap.
Yeah,
the caller brought it up. And then, so the caller, let's just to give it some context from the call to the segue. Caller is saying this, and it was Nick from Seattle, I believe, right? You can't trash the owner and not expect to get a little shade. All right. Now let's play this. I guess Cam Newton, really Carolina. No, I think he's saying historically has trashed the owner, which I feel like
he's ever trashed him. Really,
that's why I'm saying
less than all of us have.
Yeah,
I mean, but let's be fair. The owner deserves to get trashed, though.
Right, but even still,
he's driven this team to the fucking ground.
But Cam Newton has never done so. He's never thrown Tepper under the bus. He's never said anything.
He's put in his name in the hat to try to come back to the organization in an official way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he wanted to be a part of the team and like fix the culture. He was like, you put me in a president position, I'll get that culture fixed real quick.
So how about this? Before I play the video, the question that we're going to ask after this video plays is, does Cam Newton have a point? Is he being a little disrespected? Does he have a right to feel this way?
And
or is he being a diva?
There's one other caveat too that people brought up, that he's not retired.
That's 100% the issue here. 100%.
By
the way,
crap.
Well, look,
It's also,
if we're saying
super stupid to me, but okay.
But look, also, if we're saying that Andy Dalton is close to retirement because of his age, Andy Dalton and Cam Newton got drafted the same year, y'all. So let's just keep that in mind. If we're saying Andy Dalton's ready for retirement,
after
no, they were both 2011. That was a great draft class.
Okay, well, look, is that all right? Let's play it. But some people who are, I guess, trying to take the middle of the road have said that the issue is that he's still listed as an active player. And CK says gives that credibility. Let's go.
No, let's play the clip.
Let's go to Germany. And they brought some Panthers legends out there. Steve Smith, Thomas Davis, Luke Kuechly was out there. They were looking for Bull.
How?
Would you have gone if you got the invite?
I guess we would never know.
See, that's
what
messed
bigger
up.
and better player to go?
Peggy, honest question.
What's up?
Do you think Cam Newton has played his last down in the NFL?
Yeah, I believe so. I think you have
Breland, do you think I'm ever going back to play in the NFL?
I'm not. I would say no. You're fuck. Oh, I must have said
Can
it.
I be vulnerable real quick?
Yeah.
All right. People don't know this story, but I'm gonna tell it. I don't have no quarrel with David Tepper. I don't have no quarrel with nobody in the Panthers organization. I speak my mind unbiasedly, no matter who and what franchise it is. Last year, we had a 7-on-7 tournament in Charlotte. We went into the Panthers facility. And you mean to tell me one of the greatest Panthers to ever play ain't up nowhere? I'm talking nowhere. Who brought it to my attention? My son. How old is my son, Peggy?
8. Yeah, 8 now.
He 8. So as a man, when you have to explain to your son, Daddy, where's your picture?
Yeah.
At this particular point in time, the question was, oh, we don't know if Cam's retired yet. Newsflash, I'm never going to retire. I know I've played my last.
You live in my heart forever, Cam.
It don't matter to me to officially retire. A couple years ago,
You're always on my team.
I had initiatives that I brought to the forefront to the Carolina Panthers. I said, yo, I'm really taking this media shit serious. Why don't we give a live audience the experience to let's do a Funky Friday for the masses? We're approaching, at this time, it was 5 years since the 2015 season.
Oh, I was
like, we could do a 2-for-1. I can talk to Luke Kuechly. I can talk to Thomas Davis. I can talk to Greg Olsen, unfiltered, in a way in front of an audience that we can just share stories. This could be the perfect way to pass the torch to Bryce Young. I think the fans are like that. Did that get pushed through, Pay?
No. I think the narrative was, Cam, you need to come into the stadium and mend relationships that you didn't even know that anything was broken.
Yeah. So when I see certain things happen like this, I didn't even know certain opportunities even existed.
Turn your earpiece off.
Did it hurt my feelings? Yeah, it did. Like, damn, bro, I gave this city everything.
It hurt his feelings.
I have
Hurt my feelings.
I have so much shit to say about this. Tony,
No, go ahead. You wanted the mic, you got it.
Okay, one. So hearing the fact that you're not allowed to put players up on the walls until they're retired. Why can't we say that's a dumb fucking rule?
I don't think that is a rule.
It's not.
I don't really think it's a rule. I want someone to show me that rule on paper.
It's not like
show it to me first.
It's not like Cam Newton all of a sudden means any less to the organization.
They put them up there while they're playing.
Dude,
they put pictures of these mugs all around when they're playing.
So my question is, like, why is it that this caveat is like the reason why Cam doesn't have his pictures up on the wall? Also, what he says at the end there, like, what relationships does Cam need to amend? Like, he was making it sound like he burned some bridges inside the Panthers organization that's preventing them from doing this.
Oh,
and it's
what's
like,
her name?
What are we even talking about?
His Tepper wife.
Oh, all right. What do you mean when Cam Newton came back in the middle of the season with no training camp, when we needed him worse than we've ever needed him in a long time, came back, helped us win some games, then everything fell to shit, and then what? We're blaming him again. Also, and our fans know this a little bit. Before this season, we tried to reach out to the Panthers organization to make some stuff happen at training camp. And we were very cordial. We were very polite. We were really trying to do some cool shit. And long story short, we almost never got a response from them. And then when we did, it was the biggest line of bullshit ever. Basically, oh, we're aware of you. We'll keep an eye out for more opportunities. But if it gave something to y'all, we would have to give it to everyone else.
Which is bullshit.
The Carolina Panthers.
So we made shit happen anyway.
Yeah.
And now we are forever. We are the Cam Newton of podcasters. No picture on the wall for us.
Yeah, dude. I would rather be able to speak our mind than have the Panthers lord over everything that we do for their time close to the team. But I will say this though, man. The utter disdain that the Carolina Panthers have for any other form of content is absolutely disgusting. They have no concern about wanting to bring in more fans where they are. They're on the internet listening to podcasts, and these types of opportunities are few and far between. And for the Panthers to not capitalize on that, shame on them, dude. I'm 100% on Team Cam Newton on this. Panthers are fucking wild.
But here's the thing. Here's let's play devil's advocate and let's not be one-sided on this front.
Go ahead.
Number one, he did say later in the podcast that his pictures are up on the wall on different floors. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. No, in the upper floors, like the executive areas and stuff. Like,
you mean where fans can't see him?
I don't know.
Right.
They can't see on the floors he's talking about either.
It's like in David Tepper's bathroom.
They can't see it on the floors he's talking about either.
I actually don't have a problem with the pictures, but continue.
But that's one piece to this, right? Second is the invite to this is okay. So the idea that he is going to be a part of the team in as a legend of the Panthers, I can tell you this much: Julius Peppers wasn't coming to Panthers events while he was still an active player in the NFL. Like, even though he says he's retired in his mind, he hasn't officially retired. And from what most people are saying, the NFLPA has rules against them being involved in team activities for teams that they're not signed with. Right.
I want to see that in writing. That I understand.
Well,
I'm not telling you you're wrong, CK, but I actually would love to see, and I'm not saying you pull it up, because I feel like all these people always say there's something in writing, and then we find like, I want to see the words.
But even if there's not, there's almost a precedent. Like, right, let's just say there isn't a situation where there's something written in writing there. The people that we're talking to, also people have brought this up in chat, the people that they're talking about, the legends that showed up, they work for the Panthers. Like, Luke works for the Panthers in radio. Smith works for the Panthers in radio. Tom Davis works for the Panthers in radio. So, I mean, like, the idea that it's all because they don't like Cam Newton is just one of these things that we're drawing a line to a conclusion that doesn't really make sense. There's too many unknowns to this. And like, let me ask you this. Why is Cam Newton refusing to retire officially?
I would tell you this, because he's the ultimate motherfucking.
But listen, my question to you though is, what does any of that shit matter? Like, if Cam isn't working for the Panthers right now, if he is, it doesn't change what he did for the organization.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not using that as a reason to say that he shouldn't be, celebrated. What I'm stating is the only people that we're talking about that got to go to the Germany situation are people that are actively working for the Panthers. Let's look at it from two different varieties here. We can look at it as though these legends are going and the Panthers are, celebrating them on this big grand gesture, but there's not a single legend, and there are many of them to be had outside of those three guys. There was not a single legend that did not work for the Panthers that was there, which tells me that maybe, just maybe, these guys were there as a work assignment because they work for Panthers radio, right? You didn't see any other players there. You didn't see Charles Johnson there. You didn't see Jordan Gross there. You didn't, even though Jordan Gross works for the organization.
Money there, because like nobody really wants to. I love big money, Charles Johnson, but nobody really wants to hear him talk.
But my point is, he's not talking. He's there as a legend, right? The people that people do want to see talk are there because they're actually working for the organization. We're sitting here. This is like the idea of getting offended about about something that there's literally no evidence to get. You're getting frustrated and angry with an organization.
Why not invite him in?
Hold on. I think the issue is not whether he was in Germany or not. That was how the conversation got brought up. Right? It's not whether or not Cam Newton was on the Legends tour in Germany. That wasn't the real issue. I think what Cam Newton did is he dovetailed that conversation into this. Is, look, we go to the Panthers Stadium. Almost said it a second time. He's the second GOAT. He's the third GOAT.
Second best player to play for Carolina.
If we want to argue, if we really truly want to argue, you could say this.
No, Julius Peppers is the first, bud. Sorry to tell you that.
First.
No, it's Pep. I don't care the order. It's Pep, Smitty, and Cam.
Yeah.
And then
those three.
And Luke. Right? Those are the four. Right? They're the four. They're the Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry. I mean, I know we have other allegiances and things like this. So it's not about Cam going to Germany. And I don't think the real story is about Cam not having his picture. Because all right, you can give me this NFLPA crap or whatever. He's still active, this or that. But if you took this podcast and you you took it away, we never heard this. We have been talking about where the hell is the Cam in Panther lore.
Right.
And we have been, this narrative is not just new. It has been clear that there is some sort of whitewashing, something is going on. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Tepper. I don't even care.
I think it's
I don't need a picture. I think the thing that was most important, or not most important, endearing to me is that Cam saying, look, this is a 5-year anniversary. We can do these pods. We can do this. We're about to, and look, is whether or not you like Cam. I don't even listen to Cam's podcast on the reg. I don't. And I love Cam more than anybody, right? But like the idea that you were bringing up about the credentials to podcasters earlier, this is Cam effing Newton.
Yeah, if they're not doing it,
it's like the Panthers are like, oh, sorry, small potatoes Cam trying to do player interviews.
The utter disdain that they have for any other content that is unofficial. Also, did y'all know that they invited like 8 city council members with hotel and board to fly to Germany to be at the game? Oh, okay, so we can pay for fucking city council members, but we can't extend an invite to the greatest quarterback in the history of our franchise. Like, listen, I understand the nuance to it. Yes, maybe Cam should have retired by now. Yeah, maybe he should have done things differently, whatever. Nobody's perfect in a back and forth like this. But Cam Newton's legacy with the Carolina Panthers is undisputed. And the fact that they're not making more of an effort to make him a part of things is fucking embarrassing, boys.
I don't even think they need to make an effort. I think it's a disc. It's not the effort. It's the concerted effort to not.
Right.
Right. Like, I don't need them to oversell it. I don't need Cam's picture everywhere. I don't need this everywhere. Like this and that. It's just weird. And look, as you guys want to be like, oh, well, they brought Steve Smith pulled his D on the table after he left Carolina. It was like, F you, F you, F you, F you. I'm out. Pulled the old half-baked, quit.
Yeah, he had like 200 yards against the game he played us.
Steve is, look, I love Smitty. I love him. And I'd love to hang out with him. I would love to hang out. I think that we would rap. I think we'd have fun. But I would say, bro, you've been a fucking asshole. Oh, I'm sorry. A lot.
I don't think she's in here anymore, by the way.
A lot. And Cam, while Cam is egotistical or whatever you want to say, whatever you want to drop on him, he has towed the company line for a long time. A long time. Even through the Bryce crap, like even it would get cut, but like all the crap through the Panthers, he never went out there and went scorched earth.
Right. And just a quick Google search does, and I don't know how valid this is. I had to look further into it, but just a quick search. NFL teams can associate with non-retired players.
Yeah.
See, and I don't need a picture. I don't need them to be on the wall yet. I'm ready.
I do.
I've got a statue in my house. I've got a statue in my front yard.
I want him everywhere, all over that fucking stadium, dude. He deserves to be there every bit as much as Pep and Smitty and Greg Olsen and Luke and all the greats. Kev wanted me to show this. Cam Newton is expected to be eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2027. If he doesn't play again before then, if he doesn't lace up his cleats, which is unlikely, 2027 would be the year for Newton. So again, even if he never officially retires, the NFL is going to consider him retired.
Do you think that? Let's look at it from the other side. We've heard one side of this. We're not going to hear the Panther side of this, right? We have heard one side of this, and it's Cam Newton. And I'm not going to say that he is lying or anything like that. I really have no evidence.
Let me ask you one question before you go.
What
do you think? What did you hear from his side? Like, if you summarized his side, because you said you heard his side, what is your summary of his side?
Is that he wasn't he's not in communication with the Panthers right now, and that he felt a bit jilted, that there was some, again, I hear things that I could see as being miscommunications in some sort, and that's what I mean, like, by he's saying that in order for you to come into the you have to make amends, right? I guarantee you not a single person told him that. Like that's him just reading between the lines of something, I think, right? There is not a single person in the organization that says, if you want to, you got to come and, bend the knee. There's just not one, there's just not the way that
Why do you
stuff
feel
works.
that confident?
Because why, in what world would that make sense?
When you deal with a 20 billionaire?
No.
Dude, in what world did it make sense for David Tepper to come in and get rid of Cam immediately? Cam has the right to be mad about this shit, dude.
David Tepper didn't do that.
Yes, he did.
It was a year later, right?
It was David Tepper and
it was
Matt Rule. It was 1 year.
It was 2 years.
A half year. It was a half year.
No, because he gave Ron Rivera 2 years while he was here. Ron Rivera got 2 years.
Wasn't it 1 year? Wasn't it 1 year? Wasn't it
1 and a half? It was 1.5. It was
1.5 years. And then Matt Rule came in the next year. So he got 2 years of Cam Newton being
Cam
hurt.
got one. He got 1 year, Cam.
Well, remember,
he had 2 years of Cam Newton being hurt.
In 2018, that's when we played the Steelers game where TJ Watt hit him on the shoulder, and then everything went down.
That was 2017.
So
no, that was 18.
Was it 18?
What I'm saying is,
I think it was 17, bro.
And then in 2017, we went to the playoffs. 2018, we started off really strong. Cam had his best numbers. We had North Turner on the team, and we started strong. It went downhill from there. Then next year, Cam Newton only played 2 games because he hurt his foot in preseason football. And then we were doing the, all the different who's-a-motherfuckers playing quarterback.
Yeah.
And then that's when Ron Rivera was fired in the middle of that.
I think you're accelerating it a year because I think the year the who's-a-motherfuckers were when Christian McCaffrey got his 2,000 yards.
2018 was the first year David Tepper took over the team. Okay. Right. So 2018 and 2019, we had Cam Newton. 2020 is the Rule era, and that's when they got rid of Cam Newton. Yeah. So
2018 is when Cam got hurt. You're right.
Yeah, and 2019. He was here in 2019 as well and got hurt as well.
Yeah, he didn't play at all in 2019.
Well, they had the
he played that one game.
But to that point, my thing is like David Tepper did give both Ron Rivera and Cam Newton an opportunity, right? They were here.
He gave Ron an opportunity.
Well, no, he gave both of them an opportunity.
No, he gave Cam. When did he buy the Panthers?
In 2018. He had 2018.
What month?
2000
before the start of that season.
Yeah, it was before the start of the season.
He was the owner of the Carolina Panthers.
So he got Cam on a potential MVP run that went 6-8, and then he gets hurt. He had 3,300 yards passing.
Yeah. And so, but the entire thing is like, there's no reason for David Tepper to feel jilted, right? Like he doesn't, even with Cam Newton,
Cam or Tepper?
Neither one, in my opinion, neither one of them. Like Cam Newton hasn't, let's be real about it. How long did it take for Steve Smith to actually get back into the fold? It took years after he left, right? And
but he also would have punched Tepper in the face, bro.
And there was bad blood, man. There was.
He would have literally punched Tepper in the face. And Cam over here said, "I got sad."
There was more bad blood than how Steve Smith left than Cam Newton.
Right, and you know what? That wasn't David Tepper. And guess who brought Steve Smith back into the fold? David Tepper. So if you want to talk about somebody to be mad at, it's not David Tepper here. David Tepper has clearly been one to mend relationships with legends that have not been a part of this organization for years. Steve Smith had nothing to do with the Carolina Panthers until David Tepper came back, and he changed the way that we were doing things with legends. Steve Smith has spoken out in a very vocal way to talk about how David Tepper has changed that. And so if you're talking about, listen, I am not a defender of David Tepper in most things that he does, but the way he treats the former Carolina Panthers players is not a reason to be pissed off at David Tepper.
Why is Cam sad then?
Because I think Cam is
Why
not.
Why do you think Cam is sad?
I think that it's just he's reading into things, and I think Cam Newton expects to get some sort of treatment out of it. That's just the reality.
Why wouldn't he get treatment? He's a fucking goat.
That's fine.
CK, are you saying that if Cam were to retire, that maybe Tepper would bring him back into the fold?
I think if Cam Newton were to do what most people do, and this is kind of the standard across every single team in the NFL, is sign a one-day contract, retire as a Carolina Panther, and then that way we can treat you as a Panther legend, right? Like
Okay.
I think there's like it may not be a written thing,
But he
but
is a Panther legend.
but hey,
I feel like Cam isn't upset about not having
I see what
his
CK is
picture on the
saying.
wall. No, I think CK is making a good point.
CK is making a good point. Yeah.
He's making a good point. But also that rule, if it is a rule, it's nonsense. Why do we need
It's
to
not
wait
a rule.
for
I'm
somebody
saying
to be able to say, "Oh, I'm retired," and now that gives an organization the right to show them the credit that they deserve?
No, I am not saying that at all.
Kev
I am
says
saying
he
that
is
we're
retired by rule.
Number one,
Well-
here's the thing. In 2020, when he's talking about that whole thing,
Or
he was not
common
considered
law.
retired at that point. He was not considered retired at that point. Okay. In that 2020 year where he was trying to do the podcast or whatever, that was actually
come back.
right. He came back later, but he was still a patriot at that time.
Yeah. Because he came back in
I think the
21.
problem is not the trip to Germany.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's the pictures and the wall. I think it's that this is Cam feels, and rightfully, and not rightfully. I mean, I don't know rightfully.
We don't
so,
know
but
enough
come on,
about it
we
to be able to say
know what
rightfully.
fans have felt. We know that fans have said, "Isn't it strange?" The Cam.
Yeah, and it's
Absence,
not
like the whitewashing of history from Cam. Like not even giving him a birthday post. You remember when they didn't even give him a birthday post? He was like on the team and shit. Like there's
don't
something
piss on my
strange
leg
in the
and tell me
neighborhood.
that.
Listen,
and
and
I don't. You might say this, and as a sensitive mofo, you might say Cam's sensitive. So
Sure.
is the problem that is he sad? He said, "I'm sad." The only problem he said what he had is, "I'm sad." I think it's like this. It's like the mug comes into Charlotte, and the mug they don't even get him a car.
And the fact that he came back to this team when they needed him in 2021. So it's like, all right, he was there for you.
All right, we got to talk about the CMC wedding. A lot of people in chat want to talk about this.
Oh yeah, the CM, dude.
We
it's
have
just-
all right. Hey, Thomas, all right,
Wait.
we solved the CMC wedding. And this is like when you are a Miss Universe and then you're a beautiful ass Christian McCaffrey, you can't invite someone who's going to overshadow your whole damn wedding. Cam walk in there, you're like, oh God.
But
She
let
would
me-
have
let
left
me
him.
ask y'all-
She would have left Christian
Let
McCaffrey
me-
for him.
And
You know
I
who else
asked y'all
didn't get
this.
invited? Ron Rivera.
Let me ask y'all. And by the way, I want to play a clip. It's funny you say Ron Rivera. But we have another.
Oh,
clip.
is this about the 6
Yeah,
foot,
this is no. The best
gotta
short
take some-
yardage quarterback ever.
He's the greatest,
Yeah,
greatest
100%.
short yardage threat in the history of football, homie.
Not anymore.
And
Teddy Bridgewater?
Push.
Who?
Jalen
No,
Hurts
that
in the
don't
tush
count.
push.
Oh, but he
Don't
did it with
count.
no. He talks about
Hey,
that.
I'll go ahead and tell you right now.
Cam did
You're
it without
right.
push.
Okay, that's great. But I'll tell you something around. Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts are both going to break that record.
No,
I
they
don't
are.
care.
It's gonna
I'm telling you
happen,
this.
okay?
It's like this. It's you got to get me that.
But let me ask y'all a
I
question
can
though.
pick anybody in the history of the world. I'm picking
Hold on.
Cam Newton every effing
Let
time.
me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that there's just some things that went on with those Panthers teams that we're just not aware of? And the
I'm sure.
reason why,
Yeah.
like, when he says, "Oh, there are burned bridges," or bridges that, or whatever he said, bridges that you need
Mended
to amend,
fences, mended.
fences, whatever the fuck that means. Like maybe it's pleasures. Like maybe Steve Smith still doesn't want to fucking be around Cam Newton, or maybe there's something
I
between
think
other
Thomas is
people.
right. Cam is such a big personality.
Mhm.
He's such a big presence.
I wonder if there's
that
some
he
bad
makes
blood
your
between
D
Cam.
shrivel.
I think that there's some bad blood between maybe some Panthers players and some people in the organization.
We need to know more.
And I want to know what. That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
we
What,
need to know more.
what happened to make this divide? Because this is not making sense to me. All of these rules and his picture will be up more. All he has to do is retire or whatever. Like
Nah.
it's not enough for me, man.
Well, let me ask: do you think that the Packers have pictures of Aaron Rodgers in the stadium?
Oh, well, he's
I
actually
bet
playing.
you they do.
And you know what? Would you really be mad if they did?
No, I wouldn't be mad. I'm just wondering, you know.
But here's the
question.
Here's the thing
he
is,
did leave playing. He's actively playing another team. They also have another quarterback that won a,
dude, I'm telling you, they have pictures. Like, we can talk about this all day. They do have pictures
say
of
that
Cam
they're
Newton
at the
up.
bottom of the urinal. I'm gonna go nuts.
No, they're not. They are literally up in the upper state, like where David Tepper would be walking by and seeing them. If you're saying that David Tepper is going to be,
we can't see him. I don't care about the pictures.
But here's the thing. I know you don't, but like, we keep on bringing it up. And here's the thing: like, all the things that Cam Newton's talking about being frustrated by, it's just like there is a reason behind it, right? So here's the thing: if we're mad about the pictures, well, then guess what? If you're thinking that David Tepper is mad at Cam Newton, he sure as hell's not going to have Cam Newton up on the walls where he's going to see him more than anybody else is going to see him, right? So let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's also talk about the fact that, again, the Germany thing, that every single person that works for the Panthers right now in radio. Let's talk.
Does
like, that is not
work for them right now?
Yes.
I don't know if he does.
He
I've
still
not
works for
heard
them.
him at all. Where? He's not on
radio.
He's not on the Daily Bronco. He's not on the color, but he's not on the play-by-play. He's not on
But
the
he
color.
works for the organization every single year.
I thought
Every year.
I thought Luke Kixley was doing the color.
Yeah, it's
He
Luke
does, he
and
does.
Jake. I don't think Smitty works for the organization.
He does. What does he not? He was there for every single broadcast for the Panthers in training camp. He's like, he does
That's
work for the
NFL
organization.
Network. Well, okay.
No, he was on.
But that is
I mean, he does
NFL
have a
Network, though. I don't
relationship.
think
I
that-
understand that. I just
I
don't
do
feel
not
like
bel-
he's like an active
We might need to
employee.
look this up. I also don't think that Steve Smith is actively employed with the Panthers.
Steve
I don't
Smith does
know.
not work. Hey, I looked it up right now. Steve Smith does not work for the Carolina Panthers, but he's an NFL Network analyst.
No, he does 100%. And I know this because he has been on the radio for preseason broadcasts for the Panthers.
Telling you what Google says.
I'm telling you that he works for the Panthers.
Man.
Like, I'm telling you, like, trust me when I tell you.
I think this
he
is there
he's
is
on the TV
he's
for the Panthers.
only on preseason though.
Well,
He
how
is
about
only
this
on
though?
preseason.
How about this though, CK? If he does or doesn't work for the
Oh
Panthers,
my God, Thomas!
he
Can
should
we
have been
stop
in
Thomas
Germany.
from being on fire
No,
tonight? Thomas
if-
Tobias said, "Did Cam go pescatarian?" By the way, if you are a real Cam fan, you know this joint. He said,
Well, hold on.
"Did Cam go?
Okay.
Did Cam go pescatarian because everybody happy with him?"
Can you not admit
Fucking
that-
great joke.
That's pretty good.
joke.
Listen,
That's
if
pretty
Steve
good.
Smith did or didn't work for the Carolina Panthers, he should have been in Germany, right?
Yeah, but I can
Right?
also tell you there's a
Okay,
lot of
so
other
then
players.
Cam
that
Newton
Julius
should have
Pepper
been
should have
in
been in
Germany.
Germany, right?
No,
Julius
but-
Pepper should have been in Germany too.
So you're moving the goalpost now.
No, that's the exact same
you
goalpost
are,
that
because
I
you're
don't care
setting up.
about him not being in Germany. The
I-
whole point is Cam does not feel part of
And
the
there's a
Panther
reason
lore.
for it.
And I
He
think that
feels
they should do something to fix it. But I think that also has to go both ways.
Okay, and that's fine. I think this. I understand that, CK, but I really want people to understand that Cam has towed the company line for a lot of years,
And
folks.
Pep was in Germany.
He is not. Cam has not thrown the Panthers under the bus, bro.
Never.
Like, if this is the worst thing. This is the most negative shit that Cam has said about the Panthers in his entire time.
And it wasn't even negative. It's
Yes,
just
I know. It's like the
just
most
making known how he
Steve
feels
Smith
disrespected.
fucking pissed on David Tepper on Dave Gettleman's car, basically.
And did you remember how Steve Smith was shitting all over Baker Mayfield? And then he had to walk all that shit back when we traded for him.
Oh, I know. Well, look, Smitty is a guy that even David Tepper's scared to fuck with. I love Smitty. I just saying this, and I don't. He is the best short. Change this. Best short yardage threat in the history of football, folks. Not QB. Short yardage threat, homie. Does he say so?
I love Cam, but that's debatable.
Tell me.
Option. Maybe have also had maybe the best fourth down, or at least the best short yardage option, maybe of all time.
Yes.
If you're 4th and 3, 4th and 2, just send Cam, and he's going to run some people over.
We were like 95 or 96% conversion rate with him.
Mhm.
And I can remember one time I went and did it with Kyle Allen back there, and we got stopped. And somebody said, "What happened?" I said, "We were about 3 inches and 35 pounds short of it."
Hey, man. May I say it?
Come on now.
Can I say it?
Come on, man.
May I say it?
Do it then, boy.
Can I say it?
Come on, boy.
Please.
This was without a tush.
Oh!
Everybody get a hat on the hat and leave the extras for me.
Woo!
Done.
And I took pride in that.
Yeah.
Everybody got their edge, Peg. Everybody got their, you know what I mean? That was mine. I took pride in
Go,
it.
bro.
3rd and 1, 4th and 2. It take a badass, Billy badass, old silly motherfucker to just fuck with me with that.
Yeah.
Coach. Come on, you know what time it is. In the famous words of my first cousin, fat. Super cam time. I took pride in that shit, Peg.
Yeah.
That was my edge. Wasn't nobody gonna punk me.
You a boss,
You
bro.
know. He know. She know. They
Everybody
know.
knows.
Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun.
God, y'all don't know. Greatest short yard threat in the history of football. Changed my mind, folks. Cody, let's take another call.
Cam, Tony, how about all these years later, me and you are still just a couple cam sexuals?
Bro, you cannot change me, bro.
But I don't want to be changed.
Change me. You can
try
pass
as you
whatever
might.
bathroom law you want to pass.
I am cam sexual, baby. That is how I identify. Cam
Bro, they don't. Look, they made a lot of fun of me, and they don't understand it. But I'm a gay for Cam, bro.
It's because Cam Newton was such a badass. Is why I get pissed off at the amount of people that already treat Bryce like he is Cam Newton.
Oh, shut yeah! Like, get out of here.
Cam Newton earned that shit. He did that shit. Okay, when Bryce does even half of what Cam Newton has done, I promise you I'll flap my gums for him as loud as I did for Cam Newton. But until then, there's only numero uno, baby.
Bro, it was a special. It's like an important person in my life.
Yeah, preach, King.
Important here, I'm gonna play the next call. You're gonna shout out this. Hold on, because I gotta piss so bad.
Yeah.
But I do have to say this is like y'all. Sometimes when the past gets further in the past, and I know this sounds like the old head talking. All you gotta do, Cody, just tell him the first time we ever met. We talked about the first time Greg and I ever met, and we hugged like brothers. The first time we ever met was
that the first time that we met?
I think so.
When you were on the porch and we said,
yeah, and we were going. I was going to. We were playing the Rams.
Yeah,
and it might have been 2017. It was the 28 somewhere in there. It was like towards the end. You know what I'm saying? I think it was the Liz Frank year. I'm not entirely sure, but this is how it is. Is that tell them the exact words I said to you?
Well, you were on the porch and I asked you, "Do you think we have a chance?" And you said, "If Cam Newton's on the field, then we have a chance."
Yeah, I mean it was true. It was special.
Don't cry.
I'm sorry.
I'm here with you,
war with this mug. I will go to war with him. And when I'm saying this is like every time we pick, and this is what I've always said about Cam. We can be playing ping pong. We can play basketball. We can play kickball. Remember he had the kickball tournaments, right? He used to do the kickball shit, all that, anything. And we're picking teams. I'm picking Cam first, bro. I'm picking that 6'5", 250, beautiful man that can run like the wind, run over everybody. Number one. Go ahead and read that super chat. I gotta play this call. I gotta pee.
Yeah, man. John Kinko Barrera says, question is, why wasn't anyone from C3 in Germany? I saw many podcasts there. It will only help to grow the brand. Hey, brother, how about
the fucking dopest super chat I've seen in a minute.
It's fucking expensive to fly to Germany. That's probably why.
But you know what? The team better cover that shit.
Yeah, right.
Cover it. All right. Let's take another call.
Yo, what's up, C3? It's Anthony from Charlotte. Hope y'all boys are having a good Tuesday. No, it's been a minute because we had that bye week last week. It was actually a good week for all of us. It felt like just to get your mind off the Panthers for a week and focus on certain things. Now we got the Chiefs in town. It's Chiefs week. For the people that are going to this game, I just want to say, be happy because, love or hate the guy, Patrick Mahomes is not going to be here for another 8 years after this. This is the first time he's playing in Charlotte in his career, and I've had the privilege to watch Tom Brady over the years in person come here and Aaron Rodgers. So this will be another great memory for me. And hopefully we can beat them. I'm not saying we will. We probably won't, though, man. I mean, I'm Patrick Mahomes, but seriously, so there's that. Should be an interesting week, though. I'm glad Bryce is starting again, but seriously, Canales, cut the shit. Stop doing this week-to-week thing, just getting our hopes up. I don't know why he's not committed to Bryce as the starter for the rest of the year. I know some people are saying, oh, well, he's making him earn it. But in my mind, it's like, I think if you gave him the starting job, like now, I feel like give him the confidence to be like, hey, like, this is it for me. I got to really come out here and prove something. And at the same time, give him some security to be like, I know I have the last 7 games of the season to come out here and prove, anything I have to with this organization. So there's that. And then secondly, I got to ice up the NFL rumors account. Here, cut the bullshit. All right, if we're interested in Daniel Jones, I mean, that's one step too far. I don't know if I can tune in if he's our starter next year. A lot of people like to shit on Bryce Young. That dude's horrific. He's worse. That would be embarrassingly bad. And don't give me the whole Canales can fix and the veteran quarterback whisper. I'm not buying that. But anyways, really, this is the crucial back half of the season. This will really make or break this season. I think only as of right now, I'm going to predict I only think we can beat the Cowboys, and that's it as of right now. But really, I'll have to see how we compete with these other teams. These upcoming 3 weeks, we got the Bucks, the Eagles, and the Chiefs. So it's definitely going to be a hard 3-game stretch. Should be interesting, though. Again, I'm glad we're back. Anthony from Charlotte, give me your thoughts. Patrick Mahomes is in town this week.
Keep motherfucking pounding. I know you didn't come up before you said that. Before we answer Anthony, Greg, I know you gotta get out of here, brother. We appreciate you being back on here, dude. We missed the fuck out of you, bro.
Bro. Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. It's great being back. Because I'm dad mom now, so I gotta take care of kids, and I gotta be up at 5 in the morning every day. But I'll wait till Tony gets back, so I want to say goodbye to him too. But I gotta get out of here. I hate to say that. Really glad to be back, man. This has been some good therapy right here. I don't know why I'm paying for therapy when I can just do this every Tuesday and Friday. It doesn't make any sense. So I may just quit doing that. But
anytime, I'm happy to have you. But you kind of. Anthony was talking about the Chiefs matchup that we have coming up here, and I'm telling you, man, we're coming off of 2 wins in a row. I feel like there is a lot of optimism going into this game. And mind you, the last time the Panthers did play the Chiefs, we did almost win. That's when we had Teddy Bridgewater as the starter. It was a closer game than many people expected it to be. But I think the real matchup that I feel like a lot of people I feel like most people think this is going to be where the game is won or lost. And it's right in the interior with these dudes right here, man. Robert Hunt has been balling out of control. And that interior offensive line, even with 3 different starting centers this year, no one has given up a sack from the center position. So our interior O-line versus the interior of their D-line, like Chris Jones, that's going to be one hell of a matchup. And I think that's going to be where this game is won or lost. It's in the trenches.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I mean, the
The O-line's definitely stepped up this year. I mean, they're not fantastic, but it's a night and day difference from what they were before. You know, I don't think that Bryce has good pocket presence. I don't think that he has the legs to be able to get out like people think he was. He had a good run last week, but you'll just see him whenever he does go to scramble. His bootlegs are slow. He gets caught a lot out of position whenever he's trying to get or it was in the pocket. I think that the problems Bryce Young has in the pocket are not as bad, or not to fully blame on our offensive line this year. I think it's a little bit to do with him and his presence. I mean, it's tough for a 5'8" guy to, move around in the pocket. So I get that. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it,
5'10",
whatever, He gets shorter every time I talk about him. But
yeah. You're trying to make it where he's your height.
Right.
Yeah.
He's getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, getting there. Maybe a few more quarterback sacks and he'll lose.
Right. But I mean, you look at that sack last week that Brian Burns had, like the second play of the game or something like that. And I thought Brian Burns was going to wreck shop on us last week after that happened. He didn't do a whole lot in the game, but I mean, he did. He wasn't invisible the whole game.
Do any of you think that Brady Christensen had a bad game? Because Twitter is all up in arms that apparently Brady looked terrible at left tackle. And I don't know what fucking game they were watching, dude. Like
he said, he had a 37% pass rush success.
Had a what?
That was the tweet that I saw that they said, like, on pass rushing situations, he was 37% successful.
Says who? PFF, those fucking nerds.
Well, I would just say, I mean, look, you can call us Brady Christensen apologist podcast in some ways.
He was fine.
There's excuses made for everybody, but not Brady Christensen.
All right.
And the idea is just that Brady Christensen has never been given meaningful reps at any position.
Right. He's forced in there and then has to wing it, and it plays well. Absurd, dude.
Plays okay. Hey, Tony, man, I wanted to wait till you got back, but I do got to get out of here. My phone's about to die, and I got to, do the kid thing and everything. So, once again, I appreciate all y'all. I'll try to be back more often now. This is good therapy for me, and I love being back here and saying, hey, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for your thoughts and prayers. And, I miss all of y'all too. And I'll be back strong again. I just got to get through stuff,
bro.
So,
you're stronger than all of us, brother. We know it, and we love you. And Greg, it was great seeing you for 2 seconds, 5 minutes, or 2 hours. We love you, bro.
Love you too, man. I'll catch y'all later. Keep pounding.
Love, man. Keep pounding, dude.
All right. I feel so much lighter. Okay. All right. Where are we at? Do we need to take more calls? Do we need to talk about something?
So what I was talking about with now we're sort of getting into some of the matchups with the Chiefs. Anthony was talking a little bit about Kansas City had a great Kermit the Frog, Patrick Mahomes impersonation. But one of the things that the Panthers
Andy
are
Reid getting fired
is we're good at firing someone, man. Whenever the Panthers beat someone, it has detrimental effects for someone on these teams. And the fact that we have reeled off 2 games in a row, we are also moving up the power rankings.
This has got me shook right here.
Yeah, dude. NFL.com has us at number 24.
I don't think they're right, nor do I think they are wrong here.
Well, it's hard. Right now we haven't really faced an offense that, I guess you could say the Saints is a powerhouse offense, but they're so sporadic with their performances. We're getting ready to go up against the quarterback who is going to be able to, take advantage of our weaknesses. And so and Andy Reid is obviously a great coach, and I think he's going to be able to do some, unfortunate things to our team next week. So I'm not hopeful that we're going to win, but listen, I'm really wishing that it does take place.
I don't have a problem with any team that is ahead of us in these rankings. Nor do I think this might be right.
Sure.
A little bit. And the only team that I think is I think Jameis and the Browns, Jameis Winston Browns. I know I'm a Jameis fan. I think that's the only team I got a problem with being at 29.
You think they're too low or too high?
Too low. And not like the team. I don't know. I think this is.
You're just a fan of Jameis Winston.
I am. I think this is that all the teams behind us are terrible.
Yeah,
so
the
really
Cowboys suck.
Don't have a problem with these rankings. I do slightly think that we are inflatedly high here.
I think Drake May has started to look really good. So I think maybe if you wanted to swap them in Carolina, but the rest of it, yeah, we're better than the Raiders, proven. We're better than the Titans. We beat the Giants. And we're definitely better than the Browns, Cowboys, Jets, and Jaguars. Yeah. And, dude, that's a testament to what running the football do for you. Yeah. I mean, really, just that offensive line.
Testament of how bad these other teams are.
That O-line is the reason why we are doing what we're doing right now. But I highlighted this earlier, Tony, is that the matchup where the Panthers are going to win or lose is in the interior of our offensive line versus the interior of their defensive line. Robert Hunt has been the subject of multiple Brian Baldinger breakdowns. He is a monster moving people out the way, but he's going up against probably the best defensive tackle in the league. Him and Dexter Lawrence, and we already dealt with Dexter Lawrence. So
this is Chris Jones is the best.
Yeah, he's former pro. Dexter Lawrence has like 10 sacks.
Okay, that's fine. He might be a great player.
And he plays nose tackle.
But this guy right here is the Aaron Donald of now. He's a D tackle that does it all.
Yeah, he's the man.
I love this matchup, and if anybody's gonna fuck him up, is fucking Hunter. Hunt. He's hunting.
Man,
he's our best player. It's our best player on their best player.
Well, I think that the problem is that I think they will be able to take advantage of, even though we've been really happy with our center and the offensive line as a whole. I do think this defensive line is going to do a stand-up job of exposing the weaknesses of having maybe not the greatest players in at the positions that they're going to be able to unfortunately take advantage of. So I mean, I am worried about that offensive line, even with the way that they've been performing, with the way this defensive line has been getting after the quarterback and stopping the run. I am worried if we start to get out of hand, this could get ugly. Like if we're having to play from behind, I'm not sure that we're gonna really be able to do much against this team.
We played the Giants, who had the most sacks in the league.
Yeah, but we played with the lead, and when you have an offense that can do something against our defense, which the Giants did not, you can play a completely different ball game.
Can do stuff. You're right. I'm sorry. Like if you're picking the Chiefs here, you're picking out of hopium. I mean, if you're picking the Panthers, if you're picking the Panthers to win, it's hopium, it's optimism, and look, it's any given Sunday. But I'm sorry, man. Patrick Mahomes does it all the time. And this defense is the strength of their team. Yeah. I am excited to see this matchup, though, against these two dogs right here.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Robert Hunt, you can make the case he's the best player on the team.
He is.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking pushing everyone around, dude.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, I think it's I don't think there's even an argument about it. All right, so do we got to talk about this? The chat did not. Someone find this picture of Pineiro and his swag doing this, like he's in his hotel room and there's like a reflection of him in the table, and it looks cool as shit. Like everything, it's like a professional photograph. He's got the coolest gear on. He's swagged out, and then you're like, what the fuck is up with that haircut, bro? I'm sorry. I can't get past it.
Why does this not feel? It feels so disingenuous to me.
What this stat right here?
How fucking dare we compare Eddie Pineiro to Justin fucking Tucker, dude? What are we doing? What are we doing, dude?
I agree. I agree.
Doing?
Justin Tucker has been mortal this year. He's had a bad year by a guy's standards who has never missed anything.
Right.
And he had 2 missed field goals, I think, in this last game. You know, I mean, like, it's been, I don't know if it's age. I don't know what it is. He's been the greatest. He's the greatest kicker and field goal kicker in the history of football. I think it's hard to say that he's not. And to me, this is some hopium. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't look at this. I can't even look at this stat and really.
This is
look at the 400. Look at the numbers here. If we took statistics,
you're not
400 to 113.
Hold on. This isn't a matter of the amount of this isn't a comparison to Justin Tucker, right? This is this. Well,
what is this picture?
That's so stupid.
He moved ahead of Justin Tucker, and every other kicker in the entire history of the NFL is the most accurate kicker in the NFL. Now it might be you might
not
look
in
at
the history, just
in the history in the NFL. Look at the quote.
Yeah. There's no. It's 113 attempts versus 461. That'd be like if I hit 5,000 drives and they were on the fairway and you hit 100.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like this is worthy of praise?
No.
He is considered the most accurate kicker in the NFL history right now.
But CK, that's what I have a problem with. You're gonna tell me that out of every kicker that there's ever been in the NFL,
that's not what this is saying.
Well, what is it? Well, you just said it. You said the history.
Listen, he is the most accurate kicker in the history of NFL. Doesn't mean he's the best kicker in the NFL, because here's the thing. He isn't the longest leg. He's not going to be able to drain those 65 yarders that Justin Tucker has drained. But to take away the fact that this dude in over 100 attempts has the best best accuracy right now, and that can change, by the way, right? That can change, and I'm not saying it's not going to. But the dude,
does the number of attempts matter to you, Cinco?
Yes, it does matter. That's how I'm not saying he's better than Justin Tucker.
He's had 300 more attempts than Pineiro.
That's not. Again, we're talking about two different things here. I am saying that Justin Tucker is a better kicker in the NFL, right? Obviously, nobody's arguing that. But if you're talking about,
I am.
What did you mean?
I mean, I can't even understand those words. This guy's had 461 attempts.
What are you thinking I'm saying,
113.
What do you think I'm saying?
That he is the most accurate kicker.
That is a fact.
But also the sample size. Well, we're talking about we're talking about 400.
One kick of one kick. You're 100%. Aren't you?
This is 100 though.
But listen, the difference between 461 attempts versus 113, this is such a flawed sample size. Exactly. It's dumb to even put them together, man.
Agreed.
And by the way, when you made this,
it's not putting them together.
You are making us
literally putting them together.
The picture is putting them together, but
I'm putting them together by saying he's the most accurate player.
Because he is. Hold on.
For this.
Listen to my words. Your feelings. You want to get political. Facts do not care about your feelings.
All right, Shapiro.
Okay, change my mind.
Facts do not care about your feelings.
Why I should not be giggling when you say that?
Because it's a fact. He is 100%. Because it's a fact. That's all that it matters. Here's the thing. Nobody in this chat room or anybody in the NFL is trying to argue that Eddie Pineiro is a better field goal kicker than Justin Tucker.
Okay.
But to laugh at the idea that he has that percentage with over 100 kicks, that is something to celebrate.
All right. Can I ask you a question then?
Yes.
What if can we take Justin Tucker's first 113 kicks and compare them to Eddie Pineiro's.
Wait, no. Yeah, yes, that's a better.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this is the thing. It's like I've been up to bat 9,000 times, and this guy got over 100. Well, who made 100 the best?
Yeah, the sample.
I can't look at this haircut and not giggle.
CK, the reason why we have a problem with this is yes, Eddie Pineiro deserves to be commended for what he has done, but it feels like it's almost unfair to Eddie Pineiro and disingenuous to give this to him when we know that
Nobody's
it's a
giving him
flawed
anything.
argument because of the sample size.
Well, you said
Nobody
he's
is
the
giving
most
him anything.
accurate kick. All right, so are you saying? All right, so let me get this right. He is the most accurate kicker through 113 attempts.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying as of now.
You said there was a fact. Is that not the fact?
No, that's not the fact.
He's
here.
had 113 kicks.
Right. What I'm stating is if you're trying to compare Justin Tucker's first 113 to Eddie Pineiro's, I have no idea. Justin Tucker's probably going to win that.
Is way better.
Right. But here's what I'm stating right now is the fact of the matter is that Eddie Pineiro has a higher field goal percentage made than any other NFL kicker in the history of the game. Okay. Now that could next week that could change.
Hold on. You're saying this but you're saying you don't know what it was for this.
It does not matter. That's not what I'm talking about.
So you're saying if Justin Tucker would have retired at 114 kicks,
then guess
this
what?
stat doesn't matter.
If he had 100% field goal percentage, if he had retired at 113 field goal, sucks for everybody else after that because nobody's beating that. But right now, if you take the body of work and you look at what's happened, like you can talk about those are two separate statistics. Right. And I'm perfectly fine with you bringing up Justin, Tucker's field goal percentage over the first 113 attempts. Go ahead and do that. And he probably has a better one than Eddie Pineiro. But right now, with a sample size that's not small, by the way, 113 field goals it's small in comparison to Justin Tucker's.
Yes, it's fucking
very small comparison.
In comparison, but it's not a small sample size. It's not like he's kicked 10 field goals and made 9 of them, and he's at 90%, and he's the most accurate field goal kicker.
Can I
in the
tell you
NFL.
this? If we just took away Justin Tucker's 2 misses, right? So what that would be 411 divided by 459.
I really do want to know what his first
What's the
113 attempts were for Justin Tucker.
Right.
We could probably get
Why
close.
is the calculator not working here? Calculator. I gotta Google a calculator because I got Windows. Oh Jesus! I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm with you, Cody.
Yeah,
the 3 times the sample size.
Yeah, that 89.15 is way more impressive than Eddie Pineiro's 89.30.
I think it's stats. There's statistics. There's statistics, and damn lies. And this to me is a Mark Twain quote in the making for me. 459. 411 divided. All right. You know what? Is that only that last game changed the numbers?
I know. That's what we're saying.
He was at 89 and a half.
Yeah, that's what they
before
were
that
saying.
last game. So all of a sudden it's like, oh gosh. And I think if anything, though, we have seen Justin Tucker fade this year. He missed a 50-yarder. He never missed, like in the first game. I think the story is more about Justin Tucker not being automatic anymore than it is about Pineiro being.
All right.
Great.
So Justin Tucker's first 97, it's the easiest way to do this because it's only his first 3 seasons. His first 97 field goal attempts, he was at 89.8.
All right, which is way higher.
That's not way higher.
Yes, it is. Because if you look
0.5%.
at it, no, it is way higher because if you take away the 2 field goals.
No. That's not what I'm talking about.
Look at Eddie Pineiro's first 3 years.
Well, I'm trying to compare numbers, right? So,
but it is really higher because I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but like if you add 2 more field goals. All right. So how about this
next year? Here's let me explain this. If his first 2 years, his first year he was at 90.9%, Justin Tucker. His second year he was at 92.7. His third year was an 85.3. I averaged those and he got to 89.82. If I added his fourth, his average percentage in the 2015 season was 82.5. So if you added that extra, if you actually went and probably added the extra, 20 more field goals, he would probably be below Eddie Pineiro's total for his first 114.
Look, I think we're missing the point here. Hold on. The point I think is being missed. Yes. Listen, maybe me and Tony are coming off as haters. I don't know. And kudos to Eddie for being impressive. Okay. But it does him a disservice to make this false equivalency, to make it seem like Eddie Pineiro is a more accurate kicker than one of the greatest, most accurate kickers to ever live. It just feels disingenuous. I agree.
And here's the thing, CK, I know you'd say it's not a big deal, the point, whatever, because it doesn't seem like 0.85 but when you're a field goal kicker, like you're supposed to be making 90%, 85% of your kicks.
Right. And
if Justin Tucker would have made those 2 kicks, if he would have not missed the 2 kicks,
he would still be higher.
He would be at 89.5.
Right. What does Cody say about if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle?
Right. I understand that. I'm just saying this is that it's 2 kicks that made, you said it wasn't a lot. It's not a big deal, that percentage point.
The 0.5%, right.
You're right. It's 2 kicks.
Right.
And that's how much 2 kicks matter, I guess.
Even
right.
stats,
and this could change next week, and he could be below Justin Tucker.
All right, how about this? All right, so how about this? Let's just say this. Say Eddie misses 2 kicks next week.
He's no longer
he would be 101.
You know, how about
he
this?
was 101 to over
how about this?
115.
I'll make your life even harder. I'll make your life even
down
harder.
To 88%. It would be like a whole.
You know what what we'll be able to do then? Right now, for Eddie Pineiro's entire career, for his career, nobody has had a better field goal percentage than him since he's been in the league. Take away everything else, take Justin Tucker's, take everything else out of the equation. Nobody has had a better field goal percentage than him in the small sample size since he's been in the league. Take that sample size. So you're saying Justin Tucker didn't even have that through his first 113 attempts? No, well, if you took his first 113, which I only was able to do the first 97, which was his first 3 years, his 4th year was actually horrible. He had an 82% field goal. No, Tucker. Look at Pineiro's. All right. Well, Pineiro's entire body of work is right there. I can't even. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Here's the thing. Just here's where I'm taking. Here's what I'm taking offense for, and on behalf of Eddie Pineiro. I can't do it, dude. He has been number one considered he has had a really good field goal position since the beginning, since off season. Since off season, we've had fans, including people on this podcast, calling for him to be no longer the kicker of the Panthers because of one game. One game. Okay. So he has come out and he's actually won multiple games. So let's take that. Okay. And then you pull this stat up. And then you just giggle at it and laugh at it, and like it's not something that's worthy of being praised. What about the 50 yard? All right, Josh brings this up. Other kickers, they're not trotting Pineiro out there for 50 yarders. Yeah, he hit 50 yarders this year. How many has Tucker hit this year? Well, they're probably career Tucker out there for 60 what is his percentage? Like that. Another thing we could look at is what is your percentage of 50 yarders? I'm sorry, bro. I can't get behind anybody that got this haircut. But see, I feel like don't be mad at us. Be mad at the people that made this stupid fucking thing a story in the first place. Eddie Pineiro, if you want to say that he's currently the best kicker kicking at this moment, fine. I'm still not on it. I'm not even saying that, by the way. For fun. What I'm saying is no. I'm telling you the stats. Comparison. Well, then why do they matter? Exactly.
Bullseye.
To look at this, and then like put that slanderous, like make this seem like Eddie Pineiro is putting these stats out here, and like we should be laughing at him at this point. Like the dude has been, he showed up.
We're laughing at the
53-yarder just last week.
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at his haircut.
Sure, that's
the
fine.
only
Go
thing
after
I'm
him.
laughing at.
I'm laughing at the comparison that this is what people are trying to use to say that he's the most accurate kicker in NFL history. Dude,
Well, guess what they did? Guess what they're doing? Guess what they do when CJ Stroud has a great rookie year? They start to compare his year to Tom Brady's stats, right? They start to do all these
but
things.
nobody's gonna
right?
say he's the most accurate quarterback ever.
The statistics,
I can guarantee you there are people in Houston trying to say that.
Damn lies. We can make a stat.
Exactly.
Anything.
But this is, you can make a stat, but this is a very straightforward stat. This isn't them like pulling like, okay, if we look at when the wind is blowing south on a weekend in Georgia, Eddie Pineiro is actually the most accurate kicker in the entire world.
That's
right?
what it feels like. Though.
That's not what
that's
this is.
what
This is taking the entire.
entire.
Yeah, this is the entire body of work, and they're using that statistic. That is literally all this is. And so this is worthy of at least acknowledging that the dude is still at that position, and he is doing well at the position. Now, you can bring in the argument that he's not getting the longer kicks and all that stuff. That's fine. I agree with that statement entirely. I also agree that our offense hasn't been giving him as many opportunities to actually get kicks on the board to be able to lower his percentage this year.
That if Pineiro kicks another 200 kicks, that this number will be close?
I don't know.
Oh, now that was so political.
I don't know. I mean, like,
The
I
answer
really
is
don't.
no, bro.
I don't think so.
Tucker
I don't think
is
it's necessarily
fucking the greatest kicker in the history of football, dude. The greatest, the GOAT.
Well, I mean, I think that people
He's only this year in
he's a
3 kicks, 4 kicks ruined his percentage by a quarter point.
I would argue his fourth year ruined it. He was at 82.5% in his 2015 year.
Just to ram home the point that I'm making, this is like saying that CJ Stroud is a more accurate quarterback than Tom Brady. Like, what are we doing? Like, CJ Stroud's very good. That is not a good comparison to make at this point in time due to the vast difference in the sample size between the two. When Eddie Pineiro has 400,
look at it without
461 attempts.
No,
and only 411. Like, then that's impressive.
If over, by the way, Eddie Pineiro's 4 years, by the way, like, we're not talking about a 1 year situation. This is a fourth of the entire kicks that Justin Tucker, which is not, by the way, anything to scoff at, right? It's still a fourth of the career of a guy who's been in the league
it's
for over 10
incredible
years.
that this guy's had 461 attempts.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Well, the downside for Justin, in my opinion, is they'll put him out there for 60-yarders, like, and he'll hit a lot of them. But he's hit
89.515% of them.
No, he's hit less than that on the 60-yarders, by the way.
Now we're.
But that's what I'm saying is like that. That's unfair to Justin Tucker. Hang in there. Like, again, you're laughing at a statement that I'm actually agreeing with you on. Like,
I'm teasing.
Like, what I'm
stating
is Justin Tucker does get the disadvantage of having to go out there and kick 65-yarders that are very unlikely to make it. So,
what's his percentage on those? Do you got them pulled up?
I can go and try to find them. I haven't got them up.
Look it up on Pro Football Reference. I'm interested. I'm like, first, you got to know we're teasing you a little. First, I'm glad you're taking this for the.
I'm just
team
saying that from the
But
get-go.
I'm also dead serious too.
Say, bro.
From the very beginning, by the way, in the offseason, I said we should have kept Eddie Pineiro because I think the dude's a great kicker. Right? Do I think he's the best kicker? No, but the dude has showed up multiple times for us. And I think, again, it is worthy of us acknowledging that the dude is actually a really good kicker. And it just feels like with the approach you guys are taking, it's almost laughing at the dude when he has actually been the most accurate kicker we've ever had in the Panthers universe.
We're laughing at this. No, we're again.
But you understand when you're approaching it the way you are, it does come across as though you, especially the way you approach the offseason, it does come across as though that's the case, right, Cody?
No, but no, this is what I'm saying. Eddie Pineiro deserves praise. That is very impressive. He has been very, very impressive. he has been more impressive than I expected Eddie Pineiro to be. My problem is with this comparison of saying that this guy with not even a fourth of the sample size can be laid claim to have the most accurate kicker in the NFL. That is absurd to me.
At
and
what point do you feel like it's worthy of the comparison?
If anything, that diminishes.
At what point is it worthy of the comparison?
Oh, dude, he has to.
All right.
If he has 200, is he worthy of the comparison?
No, I mean, like we gotta get. I think you gotta get to 300. I think you gotta get. Yeah, I think like if you have 900 at bats in baseball,
But
and you bat 300 and you have 100 at bats.
Here's where the stat benefits you guys is you can then change the stat and say anybody with at least 200 attempts, and then Justin Tucker's back on top, right?
That's the point. I think longevity matters, man. He's been doing this for 10 years.
Guess what you're doing in that case is you're actually doing the exact same thing you're talking about. You can then start to make stats look exactly the way you want them to look for any like for this. They're literally the most simple stat you could possibly ask for. They're taking the entire body of work of every field goal kicker in the NFL, and they're saying who has the most accurate kick is the most accurate kicker in the NFL. And right now, Eddie Pineiro, statistically speaking, that's why this little tag here doesn't say Eddie Pineiro is the greatest kicker in the NFL history, because that has so many nuances to it. That has so many.
But you're giving it a caveat because there's 100 kick minimum. So you can't say we can't caveat, but you can caveat on a minimum. We could say, all right, well, guy kicked 60 kicks and he kicked 59 of 60. He's the most accurate.
Do we know that there's a kick minimum on this?
There has to be.
Why?
Because somebody could be 1 for 1 and be 100%.
Well, that's it.
They would be the most accurate. Like, what is it? Is it 10? Is it 20? They're all caveats, CK. They're all
but 100 is a lot more reasonable of a caveat than,
but I think this
anything
is
more than that.
My point is that when averages over the longevity of things reach a median and a mean, and the fact that 400, that's 3 times. He's got 3 times the amount of attempts. So, like, to me, it's comparable to this. Is say you had a linebacker that, like Luke Kuechly, that made the Pro Bowl 8 years in a row. And then you get a guy that's made it over, that played 20 years, like 18 years, and he made it 15 out of 18. There is something about doing it over the long haul. I mean, look, I'm not disagreeing with you in the fact that the numbers are correct, but I am totally with Cody on this. I will say this is like, let's see, Pineiro came into the league in 2019. So he's 2019 versus a guy who's been in the league since 2012.
Right, but he wasn't starting on teams for the entirety of that amount either.
All right, 50 plus. All right, so let's just say this, and I know this is accuracy. He is Tucker is 90 is 61 for 92 on 50 plus. Pineiro is oh God, is this true?
What?
Hold on, I gotta add them up.
Watching some God King.
No.
He's like
11 for 13. Think of this. You got a guy who's got 92 50-plus yard attempts.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're trotting him out there for more. That, like I said, that's
versus
why I'm not
a guy
arguing.
who had. So that's where we're talking about the
I don't think that it's
anyway.
disingenuous.
Can we just agree the haircut is fucked up?
Sure.
Okay. Yes. All right, we got to take a call. Look. There's 2 things that make this show go forever: Cam Newton and Greg.
And Eddie Pineiro, obviously.
Yeah. Let's take this call, please.
Panther Nation, C3 Nation, what's going on, boys? This is Preston from Hickory. Just calling to vent a little bit. First things first, I don't expect us to beat the Chiefs. I don't think any of us should expect for us to beat the Chiefs. Right. But let's just say by some miracle, we pull it off. All right. I just was thinking the main keys, I guess you call them keys to victory. You know, with the first one being really the obvious one, keep Patrick Mahomes on the damn sideline. Just keep him on the sideline. You know, let's go ahead and get out what we need out of Chuba. You know, we're paying them all that money. We might as well utilize it. Second thing, and really to me the biggest thing, Canales' play calling has to get better, especially in the second half. You know, we've done pretty good starting off. You know, we scored pretty damn quick, but Canales' play calling in the second half is ass. Got to get better there. And the more important thing to me, or another key, would be Bryce's confidence. And we started to see that his confidence got a little bit better over these past couple weeks. Let's see if we can keep it going. I think he's actually hitting a stride. I think he's getting more comfortable. He needs to clean up the footwork a little bit, but I mean, other than that, I think he's actually starting to get it. He's stepping up into those passes. I mean, he's seeing pressure in his face, and he's still getting the ball paused. But, yeah, man, that's about it. Just, you know, enjoying another lossless week. But love y'all boys. Keep pounding. C3 Nation, Panther Nation. Keep pounding. This is your boy Preston from Hickory. Y'all have a good one.
Preston's going to come back with a part 2. CK, some people are talking about the refs being a part on
on this game. Yeah. That's the question.
And I would say, look, CK, I want to say this is that might be the most passionate I've seen you in a while.
Yeah.
You really were getting angry at us too for a second.
Don't talk about his boy Eddie Pineiro.
No, it's not even just that. It's my mindset is like you can't laugh at the stat. Like it's a stat. Like you can be upset by it, but like the reality is you're wrong in that. Just to be honest with you, you're straight wrong if you don't believe that he is. The stat is 100% real.
I'm trying not to laugh.
We're not. It's so stupid.
I first love this, and I hope CK isn't like.
I'll tell you this.
It's kind of like when I see somebody get mad that I don't.
We're brothers. You're supposed to.
I know, but I'm like
you're
worried
supposed to
now
pick
because
and
I
have
never
fun on our brothers.
see
Tony,
CK
do
get
you
mad.
want to know something funny?
Yes.
Eddie Pineiro has a better percentage of field goals made than Justin Tucker over the first 117 or 113 field goals. That's
my god!
This is a heads up.
Dude. All right.
Probably a lot more 50-yarders that he's attempting, by the way.
That haircut next.
Dude,
if you make me love that haircut, CK.
Pineiro, he's honestly better in every way. I think we got the best kicker ever in the history of football, I think. And by the way, Zachary Harris.
I owe him a bigger apology than I owe Chuba.
Dude, to Zachary Harris has been wanting to our opinion on the Cam Newton stuff.
We talked about it earlier.
Yeah, if you rewind a little bit, we did like a whole segment on just that Cam Newton and if he's being respected or disrespected.
God.
Check it out, brother. We appreciate you, man.
I'm so sad. I owe Chuba. You know what? Fuck you, Chuba.
We need to buy CK. We need to buy CK and Eddie Pineiro jersey now.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Mea culpa.
I'll wear it.
We're all gonna cut our hair like that. Oh, except for CK.
No, the fuck we're not.
Oh no, I ain't doing that. I'll tell you that much.
No, I tell you what, this cripple won't be cutting his fucking hair into that bullshit.
Nope.
That's our promise.
All right. Next call. That was
C3
awesome.
Panther Nation. This is Preston from Hickory again.
What up, Preston?
Calling back with, I guess, a part 2. You know, I got to call into C3, you know, and vent to y'all because it's me as the only man in the house, in my house, surrounded by my daughters and my woman, so who all of which hate football. So y'all are like family, and I really mean that. But just calling back to say, you know, versus the Chiefs. Defensively, I think that the only thing we can hope for is Mahomes, you know, whatever he's dealing with, he's apparently got some type of injury. I don't wish no injury on anybody. I don't wish for nobody to get hurt. But defensively, I think we just better hope that either, something terrible happens or he's just really, really off his game. Because, that's about the only hope we have on defense. We've looked a little better in the run game, just a little bit, stopping the run. But, there's so many glaring holes on that defense, man. I don't know how we get it done if we get it done. More than likely, we're not getting it done. But just wanted to see what you guys thought about that, man. Well, you're going to do a keys to victory, I'm pretty sure anyway, but what exactly do you think we could do to beat the Chiefs, if we could even beat the Chiefs? I don't see it. I don't expect it. As a fan, of course, I'm hopeful. I'm not thinking draft. I'm just, as a fan, trying to enjoy these last games. We're probably going to be crushed, but before the season, I had us at 5 wins. 5. Now,
You might be accurate, by the
we
way.
get that 5, honestly, I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Really, if we lose to the Chiefs, I want to at least look competitive. Let it at least be a competitive game. Let us at least be in it and score points and make them sweat a little bit. You know what I mean? If we lose any more games for the rest of the season, I just hope we don't get dog walked like we did in the first half of the season and those losses. But let me know what y'all boys think about that, man. Again, this is Preston from Hickory. Keep hounding, boys.
Thank you for the call. Shout out to James Bunn, who's bringing us all back together, saying, how about y'all get hyped that we have the next possible Justin Tucker, just not from 50. We'll put in there. And CK, why can't we not that hair? Put the hair back up, Cody.
Huh?
Put the Pineiro, like, it's so sculpted. Why can't we just get the top, like a little?
You
top?
Probably could, but I don't know how to get into Blender to do that.
What is Blender?
That's how you would design a 3D model.
Yeah, it's a 3D model. Or you
Just
need
a little cap.
Or you need 3D.
There's no way you could buy a wig that looked like that. If anybody sold a wig that looked like that, they should be. I want 3D. We should come on the show and all wear Pineiro tops.
Why? Why did you want to look like Eddie Pineiro?
Boop. He's got to push the 3D printer to the max.
Do you not want to look like the most accurate kicker in the NFL history?
Duh. Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Well done, CK. Next call. Don't get dog bought by the Chiefs.
Brothers, how y'all doing? Y'all know
What
who
up,
this is. It's G. Cavassier. Hey, man. Sunday, we got the damn Chiefs, man. And I'm going to be the first fucking fan to say this shit. I think we can beat them. I really do. Because the last time we played them, it was tooth and nail. If y'all remember, that was years ago, but it was tooth and nail the last time we played them. Buffalo beat them or whatever, but, hey, I think we can damn do it. And I don't give a damn if Bryce Young throws for 200 yards and, I don't know, fucking 1 touchdown. I don't give a damn. But I'll tell you what, I want to see what Jonathan Brooks is going to damn do. Could this be double trouble 2.0? Y'all remember back in the day when we had Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams? Our running game is fucking sick. With our damn O-line, I think we can do something. Don't get it twisted. Kansas City, they got some damn defense. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if we play balls to the wall like we played against the damn Giants, I think we can get their ass, man. Icky's coming back and Thielen is coming back, and so hey, the only question is who the hell's gonna play center? Is it Brady Christensen or Drake May? Because Christensen, that dude can play damn near any damn O-line position. Give me your thoughts on that, y'all. Panthers gonna win this Sunday. Keep pounding.
Pound. We got
I'm just gonna be honest with you. In addition to the hair being changed, Pineiro needs a beard.
Dude,
I almost feel bad for talking junk about the hair. Like, this is a swagged out pick. Like, this is a dope ass pick. Yeah,
He was in Miami for this shit, huh? He was out there pimping it.
I don't know what other haircut you go with, bro, but I don't know.
By the way, are we a bad podcast that we don't do keys to the game? He was like, the caller prior to that was asking, I know you guys are probably going to do it, but what do you think the keys to the game are to try to beat the Chiefs? And I'm just like, we definitely have that on the docket today.
Well, what do you? All right, well, I'll ask you. What are the keys to the game?
Well,
Because
I
don't
do have
even
it. I
think
do
that
have
way
it up here
anymore,
in the.
bro.
I have it
even-
up here in the slides. It's in. We do have stuff on the Chiefs. We just have to
I
get.
feel
to
like this hair talk is way more entertaining, but okay.
Yeah, how about that to get through the slides and the comments?
Okay, all right. I really don't even like. All right, so is Adam Thielen taking away attention from Jalen Coker?
Well, no. How about this? Listen, man. It's been a weird blessing in disguise to not have Adam Thielen, because the injury to Adam Thielen caused the emergence of Jalen Coker, and now we all feel like Jalen Coker is a very key future part of what the Panthers are going to be offensively going forward. The dude has been incredibly impressive. Some have said he's our own version of a Puka Nacua. The numbers might not be the same, but Puka started early. Jalen Coker has been incredible.
Puka also had like 113 yards, and like this mug is magical, by the way.
Yeah,
So.
he is. Who knows what?
Oh,
Coker
I mean,
has
in the
done
sample
if he
set,
wouldn't-
I mean, with 13 catches, he has the same catch rate as Puka.
I see what you did there. You
I
son
do
of
want
a
to
bitch.
answer the question
You son of a
Dramatic's
bitch.
got down here.
Yeah,
He
let's
said,
yeah, perfect.
Do you think we would have a better chance, or do you feel better if Andy Dalton was QB Sunday against KC? So those are two separate questions, and my answer is opposite for both. I think we would have a better chance with Andy Dalton, only because when you're going up against a really good defense, you need a quarterback that can has a little bit better understanding of those defenses. But I feel way better with Bryce Young maintaining in the field, because I just think he needs to continue to develop the chemistry with these guys, these young wide receivers. I think taking him out and not letting him play this at this point in time would be a mistake. So I feel better that Bryce is starting, but I do think Andy would give us a better opportunity.
Did y'all want to see Pineiro's terrible tattoos?
Oh God!
Shout out to the real send me this. It's like,
oh my! Don't let me. No, take this down. I almost had to look at this dude's dick.
You can't even really make out what they are. But
look at this.
Yeah, it's all tatted.
Take it down. Take it down before we get demonetized.
Eddie Pineiro kind of gives me fuckboy vibes. Let me stop being.
I don't know what that even means, but let's go back to what Cody says. CK said is look is all right. I got keys to the game. All right, CK, I was thinking about this in the last couple of shows where we haven't even done anything like this, or maybe even like a year. Is it ridiculous?
Feels weird when you have nothing to play for.
Or like they're really like, what are the keys to the game? Like miracle,
right?
You know, I mean, like I really wish we could break down. Look, here's the thing.
I can tell you the key to the game.
We can't stop the run. I can tell you that.
You can't get behind to where you have to start the run or stop the run.
Yeah.
You have to keep them. You have to keep yourself from being one-dimensional and allow them to not be one-dimensional with only having to run the ball, because we will lose, especially because we're not going to be able to answer with that defense every time that they're going to be able to answer. So the answer is do not get behind early, because you're in for a long. That's how all of our blowouts have happened. Is we've gotten behind by the first half. We've gone into the half with a horrible point differential, and the opposing team only has to run the ball.
Do you really think there's a chance the Panthers can beat the Chiefs?
Yes.
We're gonna see. Here's the thing. Offensively,
wow. I don't.
Offensively, I think that we can put up enough points if we can run the football, keep their offense off the field. It's the defense that I have a problem with.
Yes.
They have so many ways to score. They have so many ways to be right. They just added DeAndre Hopkins. They still have Travis Kelce. They just have the Xavier Worthy, who they just drafted, and the man himself, Patrick Mahomes. And by the way, I believe Isaiah Pacheco is going to be cleared to play, so he'll be ready to go. Yeah, man, like we're going to get into a situation, I feel like, where we're going to have to pass the football. And then they're going to be prepared for that, and that's going to have them pin their ears back and get aggressive. Yeah, this game has the potential to get very bad. But I think that if we're able to keep the offense off the field and run the football effectively, then we can mitigate some of that damage. Winning it might be a bridge too far, but
Right.
I think that we can make it competitive. I don't think this has to be a blowout.
Right.
But it could be.
Chat, is there cocaine on the table in the Eddie Pineiro picture?
What? I don't know. Is there?
I don't think, like, I can't look. Yeah. It's
Why?
not like, no, I mean, like, I just don't, like, got this beautiful table. And there's some, look, there's a little white spot by, oh, maybe that's, oh, no, it's his earring. I'm sitting there going, like, first of all, you cannot have a haircut, a swag, like a fucking outfit like that and tattoos like that and not be.
All right, you want to power through the rest of these?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Well, then fucking shut up. Caleb Farley has been active to the 53-man roster. We have put Ian Thomas on IR. I hope we see him. Look, I remember what he was drafted to be. I remember his athletic potential. Incredible 40 time. He can jump through the roof. The dude's tall, long. I'm hoping that he can find a second win with us. I'm not going to depend on it and hope for it.
Right.
But yeah, I'm confident that he can do something for us. Tony,
Okay.
or no?
Yay.
Awesome. Who cares?
I mean, well, I mean, look, is we've had, I would say, and CK has been the leader of this, is that the secondary has been better than expected this year. As in Mike Jackson, and then we get a healthy JC Horn. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know. He ain't gonna help us stop the run. I mean, but yeah.
I hope that he can become a meaningful contributor to for us.
Been through all this. Okay. Well, we already know about all this. Offensive line's good play. Know our foe. They're way better than us.
I wouldn't say way better at every position.
At every position, there's okay.
No, so this was on Panthers.com. All conversations about the Kansas City Chiefs starting engine Patrick Mahomes. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. It's a whole lot.
No. Is that look there? The thing that I just will remind everybody is that the Chiefs seem vulnerable and they're 7-1.
How about this? Through the last 10 games, Mahomes have stolen for 2,404 yards, averaging 240 per game with 15 touchdowns to 11 interceptions and has taken 22 sacks. He is also the Chiefs' second leading rusher with 176 yards on 39 carries and a touchdown on the ground. So we know that Patrick Mahomes is going to burn us through the air.
Their defense is the real story. Travis Kelce has gotten old and not a part of the picture. They're old but like Patrick Mahomes does this with nobodies. It's fine.
But also later in the season is when players like Travis Kelce start to pick up speed.
You know, that's how it was last year too.
Yeah. And they have Xavier Worthy too. The rookie has 4 touchdowns, 370 yards on 24 catches. He hit a top speed of 21.46 miles per hour. And yeah, you mentioned it, Tony. The defense is really going to be what decides this matchup. The Chiefs' strengths don't stop at the offense. The defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo's group, is top 5 overall, only averaging 297.5 yards per game. The run defense in particular has proven stifling, along with a mere 85.3 yards per game on the ground. So they are not letting teams run the football. This is why we have this mindset of this game is going to be won or lost in the trenches if we're able to run the football effectively into the teeth of that defense.
We have 3 calls left. We've done Cam. We've kind of foreshadowed this. Blackout.
Well, let's talk about this, and then this is it. So we have black helmets. So, boys, how about this? Remember how we all at one point in time wanted the Panthers logo at the 50-yard line?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the black helmet is the new Panthers logo.
They've been
this is the third time this year that we've worn the black helmets. I think this is us moving towards the direction of being in the black and blue helmets.
But they wear black pants this time.
We don't know. They're TBA. I think it's going to be a blackout. That's what everyone's hoping for.
I like the black with the blue. They also dropped this picture of black Air Force Ones or something that's been floating around. So, like, is that another clue to the blackout? Don't forget, you can go to CarolinaCatChronicles.com shop, hit gear, buy a t-shirt, buy a mug. At least help us pay for the streaming costs each month. Really costs anyway. Smash the thumbs up button. Call in. You know what the deal is. Let's get through these last 3 calls and get the hell out of here.
Hey, y'all. It's John B. Jenkins. I just got off the phone with my mom, and I felt like I needed to get on the phone with you guys and just call and check in with you. But,
I love that.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the game this weekend. I've been saying it all season, that we're going to beat the Chiefs. Now, when I started saying that, I thought that was the only game we were going to win. But we're kind of on a roll here, 3 weeks in a row. And we did win this weekend because nobody got arrested and nobody was in the news for nothing they didn't need to be. So we won the bye week. But, I watched the Bills, beat the Chiefs. And I don't know, if you guys watched that game, did that not remind you of the 2015 Panthers? Absolutely no receiving core that you can name, unheralded defense that made the stops where they needed to. And then you got the white Cam Newton, Josh Allen running 26 yards. And then when he gets tackled, he's like looking at the defender and shaking his head, talking about, you can't get me. I mean, I know it's the Bills. We're a Panthers podcast, but that team just has elements of the Panthers. Anyway, that's about all I got. I just want to say I love you guys. I love calling into this show every Tuesday, and I love listening to you guys the next day at work.
You love waiting 2.5 hours to get your call.
As always, keep pounding Carolina Panthers. Keep pounding Panthers Roshlaw, and keep pounding C3.
Thank you, John B. Love you, brother. But look, he called at 8:59. Now we're going to a call. This is how bad we are. 9:58, and poor C-Dog been waiting since 10:13 to get his call played.
Hey, it's me, C-Dog 1983 TV. Whenever you come in here, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to this great fucking content. I see we had a full panel tonight. I'm glad my man is back. I hope he is in good. I just hope he's doing good, man. I hope him and his family is doing good and everything. I'm not going to say his name. But I'm glad everybody back. The whole crew is back. And
thanks, C-Dog.
And let's just try to get this win Sunday against the Chiefs. There's a possibility we can win this game. But I kind of call in and say thank you to C3 for getting me through the last couple of years through the Matt Rule and whatever, man. It's just fucking roller coaster ride we've been on the last couple of years, man. But I can always depend on C3 to get my
thank you, bro.
Thoughts out
Appreciate
on
you,
this
man.
team, my honest opinion, on this team. And with that being said, Bryce has been playing better, but if we can, I would like to draft a quarterback to have a quarterback battle. But we'll see. I want to see what this rookie running back going to be, because Jatavian Sanders has started playing better. So it looks like a good rookie class from Dan Morgan. Really it, man. I really don't have nothing bad to say, man. Like I say, man, the C3 Podcast is the longest running Panthers podcast on YouTube right now. It's not enough likes, when you come in here, make sure you hit the fucking like button. The fucking likes are fucking free.
They are.
It's free to hit the fucking button, man, for the algorithm. Come on, man. If you don't come in here, just hit the like button. Even if you don't subscribe to the great content, if you come in here, please hit the fucking like button. Just for me or C3, With that being said, everybody keep fucking pounding. I hope we get this win Sunday. If not, it's all good. Goddamn it, Thanksgiving next week. I hope everybody have a great fucking Thanksgiving.
Great.
You know?
Appreciate
With that
you,
being
bro.
said, everybody have a great fucking night. Keep pounding. C-Dog 1983 TV out.
He waited 2 hours to get his call play. We're playing number 2.
Real quick, man. It's me, C-Dog 1983 TV calling again. And, man, I gotta send y'all boys a cash app or something, man.
Oh,
Man, I'm calling in real quick,
so you
man.
don't gotta wait 2.5 hours.
Goddamn, I don't know their goddamn name, man. The motherfucker talking about motherfucking Cam Newton. Let me say something, man. Let me just say something, man. First of all, Cam Newton is the only motherfucking MVP in fucking team history.
Ever.
Okay?
Talk
The
that
only
shit.
MVP in team history. And he took us to a fucking Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But him just being the only fucking MVP, how the fuck Jake them home got pictures and shit around, but fucking Cam Newton though. Cam Newton should have fucking cleats. First of all, they still selling fucking jerseys in the goddamn stadium. All right, what the fuck are we talking about, man? Well,
Are they
fuck
really?
David Tepper, fucking dumbass wife. You know what I'm saying?
But it
Put some
sounded
respect on Cam Newton motherfucking name. He is the Panthers' GOAT fucking quarterback. What the fuck wrong with you motherfuckers? We stuck with this little bitty ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? I fucking wasted a goddamn draft pick. You got the nerve to call in here and talk about motherfucking Cam Newton. What the fuck? I'll tell you what. When we had Cam Newton, we sold out 130 games straight, sir. And we haven't did that since Cam Newton been fucking gone. You fucking bright sexuals. You motherfuckers get on my fucking nerves with this shit.
That is true.
You're gonna put some respect on
Bright
Cam Newton's motherfucking name, man. The only MVP in team history. Fuck wrong with you motherfuckers? The way we going, we ain't never gonna have. We've been a fucking pray we ever get a goddamn MVP again.
This is
you
how
silly
I feel when I talk
motherfucker.
about Cam.
The fuck? I remember motherfuckers talking about goddamn Bryce Young got to go past Cam Newton and all this bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Until otherwise, Cam Newton is the Panthers fucking GOAT quarterback. Period. Now, whenever you come in here, hit the motherfucking like button. Subscribe to this fucking great fucking content and get them fucking likes up, you lame ass motherfuckers. Get these fucking likes up, man. You come in here and hit the goddamn like button, man. Everybody got to have a great fucking night and keep fucking pounding. Cam Newton is the Panthers GOAT quarterback. He can feel how the fucking goddamn
You need to have his
He didn't
number.
even notice it. His goddamn son noticed it. Daddy, where your goddamn pictures at? You put out 130 games, you stupid motherfuckers. 130 games sold out in a row. Put some respect on his fucking name, man.
Go call, bro.
Everybody have a great fucking night. C-Dog 1983 TV out.
So here's the thing.
How?
Tony, we make a grave mistake every night.
All right.
C-Dog should be the first one we play just because of the amount of subscriber shame that dude throws out. Like, we should be playing him when we have the peak viewers and everything. We're always like got him at the end of the night.
My favorite part is when he just unloads on you and he's like, have a great motherfucking day. It's like, I hate your ass, but
It's like
have
the
a
bless
good
your
day.
heart.
All right. I picked the Panthers to lose.
Yeah, agreed.
Anybody really picking the Chiefs to win? I mean, the Panthers to win this game on this podcast?
No.
Straight up. 10.5. All right. Okay.
I want it to happen, but I ain't dumb enough.
I'm rooting for it. I can't
I ain't
wait.
gonna put money. You know, I might put money on it just in case, like, because that'd be a great return. I feel like.
CK, you know your webcam turned off. I don't know.
Yeah. I think my camera died.
Dead. It's dead. It listened to his takes about Justin Tucker, and it's like I can't deal with it.
You mean the 100% true takes?
Yeah.
That you can't argue.
Oh,
yeah.
truth.
He's the best kicker ever.
Nope, nobody ever said that.
Okay. All right. God damn it. This show's like taking on. I love y'all motherfuckers, but we got to get the fuck out of here and do our last pick. It is the C3 Panthers Podcast, brought to you by CarolinaCatChronicles.com. Please, let's ice some fools up.
Oh, let's do it.
Ole.
Dude, I swear, one of these days.
YouTube chat, but the real AP.
One of these days, I'm going to erase the million videos that we have back here. So I can
Ole.
Ice up, son. Ice up.
The longest running segment on the longest running Panthers podcast. It's the ice up segment where we tell someone to ice up, toughen up to get it together. All I'm going to say is this: I don't really have a great. I mean, I could go on to serious ones. I don't want to be serious. I would just put this story right
All
here.
mine are silly, I promise.
I got one, and it'll be super quick because I don't know the story all that much, but it's just funny to me. Famous squirrel named Peanut seized by New York State authorities.
Yeah, did you hear about this?
The DC came to my house and raided my house with a search warrant to find a squirrel. I was treated as a drug dealer, a guy who rescued a squirrel. Peanut.
Tony,
ice up to.
Where the hell have you been, big dog?
I just heard about this.
You just heard about this?
We brought it up on the podcast.
Yeah,
Really?
this was before the election.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That with the I mean, I feel like all right, well.
Yeah, Elon Musk memed the fuck out of it too. But hey, why is anyone allowed to go into your house and fucking take a squirrel and a raccoon, take them away from you, and euthanize them? Maybe get the fuck out of my house. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I'm icing myself up for not knowing the Peanut story. There you go. All right, next.
All right. Listen, if you're gonna get into a fight, man, try to stay out of the bathroom. Just wait for it.
Oh. Man, they throwing.
Watch.
What the fuck? I was just trying to shit, right?
There's a dude in there just fucking taking his shit. He's like, what the hell, man? He's like, I just wanted to poop.
I thought the other guy was saying that.
Ah, dude, ice up. Can't the man
Can't poop in peace.
Like, what's the deal, bro?
Look, he doesn't.
Dude, he's just sitting there like,
I
God.
would stand up and beat these dudes' asses.
Yeah. And the dude filming it too. Yeah, how stupid. All right, ice up. One more video and then one more real quick one in honor of Muscles Marinara. So if you're a children, it's funny when parents prank you.
Perfect. Just set that scene. What?
Is this fucked up or funny?
Fake.
He just throws a towel and they fucking laugh.
I don't believe it.
Is that funny or is that mean as fuck? To have your kids make you think that you cut your finger off?
I think it's hilarious. I don't
hysterical.
believe it. I don't think that kid's reaction was genuine.
And I have one more in honor of Paisan. Oh, actually, no, I have two more.
Oh my God.
Don't worry. Did someone say, hey, Pineiro, you needed a beard? Oh, we've got you covered. This is all you need to do. Bro, like, dude.
Is he getting follicle implants or is that?
No, dude,
gone?
way dumber. Way dumber.
Oh,
You're not prepared for how dumb.
No. Fast forward to where it's done. Please.
Right, he does.
Just fast forward to where it's done.
Damn. Love it.
Yeah, right, dude. Look at the fucking regret on his face. He said, damn, I love it.
I don't know what to say. I mean, actually, I know what to say. Ice up.
Ice up. My final one. Final one.
That was off-putting.
Yeah. Don't fucking get tattooed beard on your face. Not everyone's like the bad daddy, you know. My final one. Moses Marinara shared this. People are lodging nicotine pouches in their buttholes and foreskins for a buzz. Health experts warn it can cause skin damage and lead to
addiction. Awesome.
If you put nicotine pouches in your butthole, turns out that's bad for your health, dude. Who knew? Whoa. That's kind of wild, huh?
No, it's not actually wild. It's pretty normal, or not normal, but like, I mean, they were having kids. There's like kids that put soaked tampons in vodka and
stick it up their ass.
I just like how this is that they go and lead to addiction.
Yeah, right.
You're not addicted to nicotine. You're addicted to putting Zins in your ass.
And in your foreskin, bro. Dude, how desperate are you to get a buzz that you're putting shit in your foreskin?
Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
Bro, just do what we did and smoke cigarettes in the bathroom, kids.
Eyes up.
Okay.
I have one just because you brought up Peanut, and I think this is the most hysterical thing on the planet. I don't know. So this was prior to the election. But Donald Trump, did we do this one? I can't remember. You might have to tell me this, Cody. But they put out a tweet or a TikTok. I'm going to do without the sound. Can you see this?
I will avenge you, Peanut.
Rip Peanut.
I never heard it. I mean, I just Googled. I didn't have anything good. I didn't want to be serious tonight. I had a lot of serious things to talk about, but it was so late, and I was like, I just Googled stupid news, and it's still a story.
It's just this wildness to have an angel, squirrel over top of Trump.
Like, deport the squirrels.
Oh man, that was funny. Anyway, I just thought that was hysterical.
All right, let's get out of here. Cody, take us out of here.
C3 Panther Nation. Until next time, keep pounding.